What's going on, everyone? How's everyone doing tonight? See, we got James in the house, Crones and Crawlers, Scott Ashdown, Miller's Mines, the shop. How you guys doing? Let's see if I can get it up here. So, as you can see, the Bronco is all done, ready to give away. What's going on? There it goes. Oh wow, I'm pretty fuzzy. I got bad internet connection at the moment, so hope it's good enough anyway. Start off with doing the giveaway, but give some more time for some people to come in, and spent some time getting everybody's names written down. So got everybody's names down, got everybody a number, and then we're up to 196 entries. So there's 196 people that have the opportunity to win this Bronco. And so I'll just do a random number calculator, and that will pull up one of these lucky numbers. So I don't know, I kind of don't want to give it away. This thing is pretty awesome to crawl to. It's been a blast. Let's see what we got going on. Yeah, good luck to everybody. So what's up, Matt Harris, Ryan's RCs, Chad Davis? How's it going, everybody? Yeah, just under the 200 mark, but and then, like I've said before, this is for US only, just because of shipping purposes, that kind of thing. And so if I do happen to draw a name and they are not from the United States and I cannot ship to them, then I will have another drawing. So, but hopefully it does not come to that, and the lucky winner, I'm able to ship it to them. But let's go over some of the other things you'll be getting. For one, all the stickers. So all the stickers that came with everything, even some micro RC obsession stickers in there. So Grizzly Works, Hooker's Garage, CCXRC, Mofo, and CCXRC banner. You'll be getting all the stock components. So the V2 ESC, the stock transmission motor, all the other stock stuff. So, I mean, good dang near build a whole other rig just with everything that's coming with it. So yeah, one of the things I was curious about was how much this weighed. What else we got here? Sammy Boswell, what's going on? Gabriel, Justin, how's it going? So I was curious on how much this thing weighed. So let's find out real quick. Okay, let's go to grams. We're at 502 grams. That's with the battery in it too. That's pretty hefty. Yeah, I like my stickers as well. So luckily, a lot of them sent extras so I could have a set as well. Stickers are nice. Yep, 500 club. See how many people we got in there now? 17. So, and then also I'll be taking over for Got No Chill tonight for the sub party. So after I announce the winner on this, then I will open it up and put a link in there so other people can jump on and show off what they got. Yeah, and happy Father's Day, everyone. Thanks, Frank N. Hello from Southeast Alaska. Breathe lightly. Fox RC88, how's it going? Oh, it's crazy. I got my computer over here, my phone's over here, and my mouse is down here, and I'm trying to control my phone with my mouse. It's not working out. So I know the video quality is not the best, but how's the audio? Can you guys hear me all right? Yes, thanks, Chad Davis. Hit that like button. It does help out. More likes and more subscribes I get, the more stuff I can get to give away to you guys. So, already got another giveaway in the works. Nothing quite this big, but still some pretty awesome stuff. So, awesome. Thanks. That's something else I've been working on. Got Mr. Worth It back together. So he's up and running. So there'll be a video out on him here shortly. If you can hear that, those aren't rubber tires. I did take the rear steer off it, so it's not running the rear steer anymore. It's just got the regular axles in the back, but it's still fun. Thanks to the shop. Yeah, I kind of had a rush on that. I hit up Hooker's Garage. I didn't know when I first discovered him what exactly he did. I thought he sold wheels, and so hit him up about buying or getting a set of wheels for this for the giveaway. And he's like, "Oh, I just powder coat them." And I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, again, knowing that it takes time to powder coat and wanting to get this giveaway done as quick as possible, I was like, I needed a set of wheels right away. So I grabbed a set I had and the axles and everything, sent them over to him. And he of course, needed to know what to match them to. So went to the paint decks and picked that right out. I wanted to just went right to the Ford, and I knew I wanted to do a green because I thought it would go well with the blue and red and the gray with the factory colors. So went with that, and then just decided to do that. It was too dark to do a black roof on, that I wanted to do the tan roof. So sent him those colors, and yeah, Hooker's Garage did an awesome job with the wheels and axles and everything to really liven this up a lot. I'm extremely happy with it. So once I get some spare time, a lot of the parts for this one are going to Hooker's Garage, like the portals and everything, and gonna go some crazy colors. So I'm excited for that. Want to get some more metal on it though to send to him, because I want to make that one all decked out. Oh, again, we're trying to scroll through my phone. Oh, right on. Bronco Raptor. Yeah, it definitely looks amazing. It honestly kind of reminds me of my mom's Firebird. That I think that's called Hunter Green, but the woodland green, yeah, it's beautiful, especially with that gold. Yes, Kenny, this is live. How's it going, bud? Thompson RC, how's it going? So yeah, got pretty much all I gotta do is box it up. Oh, there's box. It will also be coming with a V1 controller. I did put the V1 in it. And in the box, we'll have the little guide, the chart for, oh, it's going to be all sorts of reflective. The chart for the LEDs. So if you want to switch some of it around, it'll tell you where that all goes. Yeah, and then pretty much everything under the cover hasn't been touched. So just shove that right there and then box it up all nice and neat and put that controller on the outside with another bigger box. So yeah, wonder if we should get to it yet. Well, it's only 7-11. Maybe get a little more time. What's up, Jay? Yeah, and again, happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there. 7:15 do it. Give them 3 more minutes. How's it going? AUC, always under construction. So I'll go ahead and pull the app up. Okay. 2 more minutes. Yes, big shout out to Got No Chill RC. He's helped me a lot. Corey is an awesome dude. The real Chaz, how's it going? Stay alive. So yeah, something else I've been messing with. And thanks to the Shop Mini RC for his video on the Mantis links. So got those all in Bucky. Helped me figure out on the just exactly how to hook the steering link up. I was having a little issue with that. So thanks for that. These things are pretty awesome. I mean, do give you quite a bit of clearance. And of course, put your steering link behind the front axle. Really dig them. Okay, it's 7:15. Oh man, well, let's do it. I'm not even going to look at the screen. I'll hit the generate button. Okay, so we've got, oh, and it's not going to show you guys. We're going to get the Bronco out of the way. There we go. So 1 to 196. And hit the generate, the generate button. And I can't even see it, so we'll look at it. Generated 174. So 174 is the winning number. Oh man, let's look at the paper and see who 174 is. I'll write that down real quick. Leave you guys in suspense for a little bit. You know the winning number, you just don't know who it is. Okay, so So I just wrote 174 down. Let's go through the paper. It should be on the last page here. 174, Edge of Texas RC. So Edge of Texas RC, you are the lucky winner of one awesome Bronco. Just get a hold of me on Instagram and or Facebook. I'm on have the Facebook group as well, so you can look up Sinister Customs X24 on Instagram or Facebook. Message me there, and then I will have something for you to do to get your prize. Got to make sure it's you and everything. So I've got down the comment and all that, so I can go back and look up. Go ahead and circle that. Your YouTube and everything. So I don't know if he's on tonight or they are on tonight. So yeah, big congratulations to Edge of Texas RC. Man, you're getting one awesome little crawler. And enough parts to almost build another awesome, well, a stock little crawler. Yeah, man. 26 of us in here. That's awesome. Thanks for coming by, everybody. And thank you, everybody who participated. I mean, that's 196 people. That's a pretty good turnout for my first giveaway. So it's a pretty awesome one. Now my next one I'm gonna have to talk. Well, the next few are just gonna be some parts, but the next build giveaway is gonna have to top this one. So it's gonna be a tough one. Let's get some of the comments, and then then I'll post a link up, and we can do a little sub party. And the shop says he's going to be giving away an RB1 chassis soon. Be sure to look out for that. Thanks, Jay. Thank you, Sammy. Thank you, Ben. Oh, off the scrolling part. Yes, thanks, Crones and Crawlers. So yeah, let me get a link copied and get some people in here. Put you all nice and neat in your box. Edge of Texas RC just showed up. Dude, you won. If you can, hop on, man. Just put the link down. This is now your Bronco. So get with me on Instagram or Facebook, bud. Yeah, holy crap. Your winning number was 174 if you wanted to know. Thank you for participating, man. I'm going to put it in the box now so nothing happens. Unless there was anything you wanted to see on it. I'm sure you've watched the videos. Yeah, you missed the first part. Not only are you getting that, but you're getting all of the original parts. So you've got enough stock parts to almost build a whole nother crawler, and a bag full of stickers, and a banner from CCXRC. And yeah, stickers are from all over, pretty much all the parts that were on it. So quite a load of stuff. Oh, missing out on putting people in here. We got Matt Harris coming in. We got the shop coming in. We got Jay's coming in.
Oh, man.
What's up?
Right off the bat.
Congratulations, Texas.
Hold on, I can't hear
Right, congratulations, man.
Yeah, if you don't want it, I'll take it.
Well, I
There you go.
tell me what you want to sell it? You want to sell it?
Put a price on it, right?
You guys hear each other?
Yeah, we're good. We can hear each other.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Sinister,
dude,
that is
congrats on an awesome
Bronco
giveaway. I think stuff like that is what makes this community amazing, right? Like
Definitely.
the fact that you can get a build together from all the different awesome builders and or parts providers that we have out in this community is just it's sick. And now we have an awesome rig out there that a community member won. I mean, you just can't say anything better about this community. And you too, Matt Harris, Mr. Winner. Like, how awesome, right? Like, how awesome is this community?
See, that's the thing. I get a crushed Bronco, plus I get a new Bronco. So, I mean.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's all good. Hey, Sinister, autograph that thing. Personalize that.
Yeah, you should sign it for sure under the body.
Yeah.
Yep, autograph that. Just my personal opinion, you don't have to.
You should autograph it and date it under the body so that it's always there.
There you go.
Hmm.
What?
Happy
Oh, it is?
Father's Day to all the fathers out there too.
Yeah, happy Father's
Thank
Day,
you, Jay.
everybody.
Happy Father's Day. It's been a pretty awesome day for myself.
Nice. I was so close to going crawling Mr. Hooker's garage today, but they went at like 7 in the morning, and I'm like, I'm a night guy.
Are you a night guy?
Yeah, I'm a night guy. I do all my stuff at night. I'm up till like 3, 4 in the morning a lot of times, and so 7 a.m. comes way too early to go crawling.
Ooh, 7 a.m., man.
Yeah,
5
they're all
o'clock
up
in the
there.
morning.
Dude, from the pictures I saw, they had like at least 6 or 7 guys up there at Red Rocks crawling today. Scott Olson, Hooker's Garage guys. It was
Awesome.
pretty cool pictures. I wish I could have made it.
It's all good. There's plenty of time, right?
Oh yeah, always. Yeah. Well,
There's always plenty.
sort of. I wish there was more time,
Right.
but yeah.
What you got there? Bouncer chassis?
This is the new RB1 chassis that's got the snappable panels and stuff. You can snap on different color panels.
Is that what somebody was showcasing? I don't remember who it was showcasing that thing.
It's pretty
It
slick.
wasn't you, was it?
It might have been me. I don't know. I love this guy. So this is actually like a 2-man crew, and Chris Tandy is the designer, and he's been just kind of. It started off as like a kind of little fun side project for him, just to give away, and then he just realized people really want his stuff. So now
Hey, that's how it goes, right?
Yep.
When you have an idea, creative idea, and then all of a sudden you throw it on. Hey, this is pretty cool, and all of a sudden, oh yeah, that's awesome. I want like 2 or 3 of them things.
Yeah, well, and the little snappable panels are just awesome because you can change up the colors however you want it. You know, it's all modular. They just click on and they're perfect.
There you go. Not very many people have that idea.
Yeah, I've got some white panels coming out, and then he also makes window nets. So I've got some window nets coming out. It'd be pretty cool. And here's a built one. This is the beta version, basically, that he kind of, the first one he released for free as a file. But the problem is with this, there's no way to mount the panels because the roof is like raised and kind of has like a double bubble, which is actually really sick if you're leaving it naked like this.
Right.
But if you want the panels, you got to have the flat top. And then also, I had issue. I told him when I got this, I was like, man, you need to have some more places to mount stuff because there's no internal mounting plates at all. No, trays. And so I ended up using a steering link. I don't know if you can see it in there. There's like a little steering link bar that runs across there. Put a hole in the side there, and he ended up doing the exact same spot. Put the hole in the side, and now we've got an actual tray in there. So that's sick. And then a rear tray for the ESC. So once I get this transferred over in the video where I talk about this, I'm going to give this the chassis. Can't give the rig away like Mr. Sinister because I need this for this one, but we're going to give this guy away.
It's all good. There you go.
Anyway, Sinister, you on here? I think he's doesn't have his audio right.
Did he freeze?
No, he's moving.
Is he?
He was.
Are you sure? That's what I said. Are you sure?
His mouth moved. He's alive.
Okay. How's Jay been today?
I've just been chilling.
Just been chilling?
Yep.
There he is. There's Sinister.
Can you hear us?
He's moving.
Can you hear us? No, he can't hear us.
He might have to have it coming through earbuds, and he doesn't have his earbuds in.
Okay, do some.
What's up?
Again, congrats to Texas. That's what this is about. It's about that build and that giveaway. So you'll have to Texas when you get it. You'll have to do a box opening, just like Mr. Matt Harris had to.
Yeah, I tried to do it live, but my Wi-Fi was crapping out. We had a hell of a storm going on.
That's how it always works. But you're like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
Sucks.
Then,
right.
Sinister, can you hear us?
What up, man?
What's up?
By the way, I can't hear none of you.
What's up?
Yeah, what's up, Sinister? Hey, what's up, Jay? You couldn't give me an invite, man? You only tell Corey to come over here?
I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, we got an echo.
it's always Naz with the echo.
I don't have a damn echo, man. Oh wait, maybe I got an echo. Hold on.
Okay.
Sinister, is your mic working
Is
yet?
that better?
Nope.
No.
It's even worse.
Echo, echo, echo.
Right?
Hold on.
Oh.
Hey, Sinister, back me out and put me back in.
He can't hear us.
Son of
I don't think he has his headphones
Okay,
in.
now I think
You
it's
can
just
leave.
fine.
Click the leave button. Refresh your browser.
Leave and then accept.
Don't let him back in here.
Is it me?
I'm just kidding.
No, I think it was him.
No, it was him. If
It was
if you
definitely-
can't hear, if you can hear the echo,
Okay, is it
it's
still
not
echoing?
you.
Right.
No, it's not echoing anymore. If you can
So I'm
hear
just
the
a-
echo, it's not you.
I'm just a little behind.
Oh, you're way
It's all
behind.
good. First time running the stream, so I mean, excitement, man.
He's back.
Oh.
Son of a bitch.
I
What's
got
wrong
you.
with my phone? Hold on, let me close everything out, and then I already took the YouTube off, so hold on.
Put in headphones.
I don't have
Yeah,
headphones.
put in some
man. I'm
earbuds.
like so far
Oh,
behind.
and it's back on.
Hold on.
You might just need to close the browser completely out and restart all that stuff. That way, it's the
Or
only
put
thing.
some earbuds in. I always have my earbuds in when I do
Or just
this.
keep your shit on mute and never talk.
Talk through the chat.
Is Corey coming on tonight? Is he coming on to your
No,
show?
I
he says
messaged him about it, but he don't ever respond back to messages.
He was saying on his page that he was taking the night off and Sinister was doing his giveaway on it and he was going to get some sleep. Catch us tomorrow night is
Gotcha.
what he said. So we'll see. Because remember the last time he said that? He jumped on
Right.
Let's see if I can.
for like an hour.
So Edge of
And then he
Texas
went to
says
bed.
he's going to get some running videos up on Instagram. So make sure you guys go out and check out Edge of Texas RC's Instagram if you want to see the military. It looks military to me. The color scheme looks military. The military Bronco, the giveaway Sinister Bronco.
It looks really nice for sure.
It's sick. It's
It
sick.
is. Especially that spare
awesome.
tire cover.
Yeah.
That's, I mean,
Yeah, it looks great.
it does.
When I saw that thing, I'm like, how do I get more than one entry?
Thanks.
Have you done anything with the Mofo Bronco? Have you got it all apart completely and
Yes,
starting to rebuild?
it is completely apart. I have it completely apart. I have completely went through all the parts, what's good, what's not.
Man, I
Of
wish I
course,
could
the
catch
Bronco
up. I'm
body.
way behind you guys.
The
What
Bronco
was
body.
the
I
best?
haven't
What was
figured
the
out.
best part that was still good?
The only thing that hasn't had any damage on it, seriously, is the motor and transmission and spare gear cover. That is the only thing that has not received damage.
So are the other parts not even usable, or do you think you can use them still?
I got them. Let me switch my camera. I actually did this today. The wheels that it came with were the Mofo, I think UPWs
Right.
with the cheese grater black ones. I just recently today decided to take them all off the hubs. Finally, I had to actually take the whole things apart. I had to
Yeah.
completely take them apart in order to get the hubs off of them because all of the axles were bent.
Oh shit. Were the tires
So I had
good?
to two of them have tears in them, but the other two are okay.
They're just
Oh, right.
vented.
They said that one had a hole. It's like
But
it's
Jay
vented, yeah.
said, yeah, that's what Jay said. He's like, they're already pre-vented for you, so they should be good. And there's some road rash on one of the wheels. But
But the wheels are not bent.
Not that I see.
Well, that's good.
So they're usable. Which today I took it upon myself. I mean, my wife said, do whatever. It's Father's Day, so do whatever. So what I did was
Son of a bitch.
I decided that the new Bronco.
Oh, nice.
And then Get it off. Man, these things are on there.
Am I still echoing?
Yeah, you're
I
echoing
can't hear
bad.
you at all,
Henry
man.
can't hear you.
And then,
Fuck.
see if I can do this. Not killing it. There we go. And that's
Oh,
what the
nice.
Bronco.
You got the motor and transmission in there. And then those are the wheels and tires, right?
Right. These are the wheels and tires from it.
Sick.
So
Wow, that's still.
I could not
mean,
use the hubs.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
But I tried this thing without putting all this stuff on here. And then I tried it just earlier on my little course that I've got. Even with this, it is way better.
Oh, dude. So wheel on any of the stock SCX 24s, but especially the Bronco, all you need is a little bit of extra weight and a new motor, and it makes such a world of difference. And then
Yeah, I
servo.
couldn't believe how
Servo's a
much.
big deal, but
Yeah,
was the
I
servo
got
good or completely crushed?
that's servo.
Oh, yeah, it's done. That's
Is it
okay.
still echoing?
Get an NSDRC.
I've got one coming from JEC
Nice.
RC, I think is what his name is. So we got that coming for this. And then I've got a pancake motor that I'm gonna switch that torque beast out for.
You have to get it. Does it got the Furitech in it, or is that using the stock ESC?
This is using stock ESC.
Well, no, the previous one, the crushed.
Oh, the
Yeah,
crushed
he
one?
had
It was
the
using,
stock V2, right?
yep, stock V2.
Oh, so you're gonna have to get an ESC for the pancake.
Well, that comes with, if you want to, it comes with the Lizard Pro.
Gotcha.
It has that option. But here's the crazy part. This is the ESC that was in there.
Does it still work?
Yes, it still works.
Nice.
Everything still works on it.
What receiver are you gonna use for the pancake?
I'm probably gonna do my radio link because that's what I've got all my other ones hooked up to,
Nice.
which is my radio
You should
link.
just pop the case off and put some heat shrink on it.
Yep. I mean, hell, I just conformal coat them. I don't even heat shrink them. I just conformal coat the shit out of them.
Oh, do you?
When I decase,
Yeah,
yeah. When I
I gotcha.
decase them, yeah.
But yeah, that's what I've got planned for this. And then when he releases the Dragon chassis, this will go on the Dragon chassis.
Nice.
So pretty
Well,
well got
guys,
it figured
I'm going to
out.
split early. I'm going to give room to other people. I got to eat dinner. I just wanted to say hey and congrats to Texas and everyone else. Have a good night and happy Father's Day.
You too. Have a good night. Happy
Take
Father's
care,
Day.
guys.
Hey, can y'all hear me? Hello?
Maz?
Joe?
He's got to still be hear the echo.
Right?
Are you hearing the echo?
Man.
Are y'all not just gonna answer me?
Turn your volume up, man. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
It's the same.
What the hell?
I don't know. What'd you do?
Hello?
I can barely hear you, man.
What about now? Maybe
That's
I got
same.
shit in my speaker, man.
There you go.
Can you hear me now?
You got too much drywall dust in there.
Can you hear me?
It's been the same. It's like you're a
If
mile
I
away
yell,
from
can
your
you
phone.
hear me?
A little better.
There you go.
Maybe I got some crud in here. Let's see if I can get this crud out.
Sinister's muted.
He is muted.
And he's back.
So Sinister, ready to build another monster truck?
I just unmuted, but I'm like 30 seconds behind you guys.
Are you watching on the TV? Give him 20 seconds to catch that.
Yeah, I still
Jeez.
need to work on. So,
It's like me and
well, I got it on my phone and on my laptop, but the laptop I gotta restart it because the sound goes out.
that sucks. I know that feeling. I tried to do my live stream on my laptop and my Wi-Fi took a crap because we were having a storm at the same time I did the live. And I'm like, great. This works out. Not.
So, if you guys
What
want to
is
give me a second, I
Mazda?
can restart this thing and.
It's up to you, man. Whatever you choose.
So I'm gonna shut this down and restart it back up.
All right. They got to kill all of us.
See you
Then
guys in a bit.
we'll be right back. Hopefully.
What's up? I guess I forgot to end the broadcast. So, if anyone's still around, I guess just keep going on this one. Still not sure if my volume's working. But I'm back on. Edge of Texas. Congratulations again, man. I had to put it back out. Well, Ben, I'll have plenty more, so sure you'll win one of them. Yeah, let's do the whole... Yeah, I know that audio is working, but if other people come on, I don't know if I'll be able to hear them. The computer restarted just fine, so hopefully it worked. This is definitely one of the best I've built so far, anyway. Let's get Matt in here.
What's up? Again.
It's working. I can hear you
It's all
now.
good, man.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Thanks.
Things happen.
Thanks. Yeah, I know how to build these things, not so much with the technology and computers and that kind of thing.
Totally agree. I'm right with you. My wife's on that end of it. She understands it. I don't.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, whatever works.
Yeah.
I'll get through it
I'm
eventually.
figuring it out. So this is how you figure it out. You just hop in
Exactly.
and do it, So
Right?
Yeah.
You just gotta go
After
into
getting
it
back
and
into
do
the
it.
RCs with like the Fury Tech and the Bluetooth, I was like, wow, because I used to do nitros back in like high school and stuff like that, but I hadn't been into it until like a year or so ago and got these, and yeah, I got that Fury Tech and was like, this is crazy.
It
Took me
is
a minute to get
crazy.
used to that. Yeah.
See, I was into the 10 scales. I had a nitro for a little while, and then I got back into the electrics slowly because they were awfully expensive. And then once I got into 10 scales, I started my wife. Thankfully, with my wife, I love my wife to death. I really do. Every year for Christmas, she'd buy me a new 10 scale. Every year.
Oh, that is awesome.
So I started doing that, and then once the crawling come out for 10 scales, I'm like, oh, that'd be really cool. I want to get one of those. So Christmas present was a deadbolt. Okay, cool. I want to start screwing with this thing. No, this sucks. This is expensive.
Yeah. Some of the parts are as much as a brand new 24.
Oh, easy, man.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at, knuckles from Samex. I was trying to make it look as realistic as possible.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Samex had the knuckles and the axles and then the brake rotor set, front and rear. I was looking at $300 just for that. I'm like, no, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, no. You know, you could have $300 on one of these and have a nice crawler. Like,
exactly.
Quite a bit of mods to it. Yeah, I didn't get into the bigger electrics until after the 24s, like the Felony and stuff. Of course, I got that in on trade, and then
that's always
I paid
good.
like $40 for the WL little 14 scale up there, but it was kind of it ran, but it was overheating. It wasn't running great, and so I put the castle in it and everything, and that thing's
always got to put something better in it, right?
Oh, it's well, and so like I used to do nitro, so I didn't know anything about the electrics. So I just went in and took the motor that I had taken out of that and took it into the hobby shop, took it into Hobby Town. Was like, I need something comparable. I didn't tell them what it was out of, what it was, And so this thing has a massive brushed motor in it from get go. So they gave me, a massive brushless motor. So
Right.
it's got the like, I don't know what size castle that is. Let's get the pins off. But yeah, I clocked this one at 49 mile an hour. So I mean, it's
Damn, that's moving.
pretty quick. Blew the factory tires off, so I got these. I think they're for the Traxxas, like the little Corvette, the on-road.
Mm-hmm.
But
Vortec.
yeah, this is a Castle. Where's the KV on it?
Castle's weird about labeling their stuff.
Yeah, I don't know what KV, but that's a massive. I think it's like 3
Jeez.
something. Yeah, it's massive for that, and then it's the Sidewinder 4. So
Heard those are really good. The Sidewinder 4s.
yeah, I haven't had a single issue with it. This thing, it'll straight up flip it right over if you give it all it's got. So it's almost too much for this.
Better than not enough, right?
Oh yeah, you can always back off the trigger a little bit.
Exactly.
You can't give it more if it's not there. Like
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
and then I'm learning so I traded for this thing, and then then not realizing like the wheels and tires for how much they are and how quick you go through them when you're just
That's
doing
crazy.
donuts and stuff. So yeah, it already needs new wheels and tires, and then I had no idea this had center diff fluid, like actual because I just
right. You
did
got
on
to change
trade
it
and
out
was
so
like,
often and stuff. You're like, what? You got to
Yeah,
change
so,
that stuff out? Hell, back in the
since I
day, we
wasn't-
didn't ever change anything out.
Yeah, like on all my nitros, yeah, sure, you put some grease in it and stuff, but that was all you did. Like
Exactly.
you just went after it,
I had an old school
And,
T-Max, and same deal.
Yeah.
Short grease in it.
Of course, a lot of mine
all
I
good.
just locked the rear end up anyways. So.
Right, put the spool in it.
Yeah. Well, old school.
Oh, I got you. JB
Glue
welded.
glue the disc together. And you got a complete locker in the rear, Of course, you want the front if you're doing 4-wheel to spin freely
Right.
or whatever. But yeah, I was more into buying people's leftover junk and making it into something. So
I got
buy a box of parts for $40 and maybe make 2 cars out of it.
Right.
And go bash them till they break, and hey, I had 40, $40, $50.
$40 in it. It was
So,
fun. All right, cool.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's kind of what got me into that, and then just got out of it. Life grew up, and hadn't played with it for years. Moved to Utah, and of course, everybody's got little crawlers in Utah. So
I imagine you got crawl spots out the yin yang up there.
Oh, dude, it was awesome, yeah. And so wanted something, and got these little things here, and ended up moving back here to my parents to help them out. So back in Kansas now, and just collecting them.
You're in Kansas?
Yeah.
Where at in Kansas?
Around the Wichita area. I guess Wichita is the more known.
I'm in Salina.
No shit, you're in Salina, Kansas?
Yeah.
Dude, hell yeah, man. That's
man, that is awesome. Because Osborne
dude,
told me that you were in.
We'll definitely have to get the monster trucks together sometime.
Oh, dude, that's going to be awesome. That would be definitely cool. Because Osborne said something about it to me a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, no shit, really? Sinister is not too far away from us? And he's like, yeah, he's not too far away. I'm like, man, that'd be so awesome.
I've hung out with Osborne, so yeah, I didn't know guy in El Dorado got a little crawler course and everything, in his backyard. So met him on Facebook.
That'd be all right.
Yeah, so went crawling out with took pretty much all of them out there, but yeah, I'll have a video up on that pretty soon. I got plenty made. I just need, or not made, but plenty of filming done. Just need to put it all together into videos to put up.
See, I haven't figured that part out to put them together. I just upload whatever's there. If you don't like it, you don't like it. I mean, I don't have all the fancy music and figured all that stuff out. It's just what is there is what is there.
And I have fun doing it. Like I like editing, making the videos, and so that could be why it takes me longer because it's the
it's all
perfectionist, trying to make it as good as I can with at least what I have anyway, which is kind of old technology. But hey,
it's all good.
I do make
the monster trucks are just I mean, the monster trucks are just fun. I'm having too much
Oh,
fun
yeah.
with that thing, man.
It's a
That
blast.
is
I
just so much fun.
need to get the gear put back in that one to go bashing with it some more.
I just recently broke another axle, so I gotta wait.
See, I got the mofos in here. I haven't broke them yet. So,
The CVDs?
yeah, of course, it's only had probably 3 batteries through it since I got them in.
Two so?
Yeah, they're just running 2S.
I run 3S through mine the whole time.
Yep, this one's
I
still
think
2S
that's my
for
problem. I think that's my problem. I need to quit doing that.
You're on the Mofo BAM too, aren't you? With the race, or what are you running? Or you run the Lizard, or the not Lizard.
The Godzilla.
Godzilla, yeah, that's it.
I got the Godzilla 4000.
Well, you're getting Mofo gears for it. Is that right? Aren't you going through pinion gears quite a bit?
Yeah, I was going through pinion gears, and I even got the Mofo pinion gear, and I even stripped that out in like half a pack.
Oh yeah. Well, that's
literally.
That's the problem I'm now running into with this. Of course, this is not. I don't know if you can see. It's not set up to be it's not a monster truck chassis. It's still stock chassis. So it's the. I tried to get the drive shaft. You got the lift kit on it. Yeah. Oh, pretty much all I did was take the stock little risers that would go for the rear. Well, that's actually a bumper mount that's turned down for the rear, but the front's just your little risers that I just have flipped around for the body mounts. So I just flipped them to the bottom, running stock shocks. It did have double barrels on it, but I wanted that for the crawler, so I tend to flip things around quite a bit. So it does have the all-wheel steer, so it can still get around.
I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if I want to do that yet. That seems like a lot of headache.
Oh yeah, I guess it depends on your controller and all that kind of stuff.
I've got a Radio Link V2 4, so it works pretty well.
I haven't messed with anything other than I got the Spectrum Rugged. So that's other than the factory controllers.
Those are not bad.
I haven't. All I got's the Spectrum Rugged, so I can do the mixing or whatever. So I can individually select
the mixing of the servo and the steering and stuff.
But
I'm slowly learning about that.
Yeah, there's so much in that controller. Like I'm trying to figure out. I'm like, okay, with all this that it's got in it, surely there's a switch that I can hook up for lights and stuff. Like, I mean,
right?
But,
definitely, there's so much in these controllers versus back in the day on the AM and FM radios, man.
Yeah. Okay.
Half of this stuff we wish we had.
Grab this car.
Exactly.
I used to mess with the X mods a lot too. Those were pretty fun. I think I didn't ever get into those.
A guy that I had, a neighbor that I had them. He was into them real big, and I'm like, I've got better stuff at home than this.
Yeah, go take outside and play.
Because see, here's the thing, I've still got it. When I was 6 or 7 years old, my dad got me involved in this hobby, and what I originally got handed at 6 or 7 years old was a Traxxas Hawk 2.
Ooh.
I don't know if you remember those things.
But Traxxas, I know they've been around a minute and they've always had decent stuff.
This is old school brushed technology. It had oil light bushings in this thing. And it had a mechanical speed control and had all that wonderful stuff when I got it when I was 6. And then ended up with a T-Max from one of my dad's friends that had the .15 with the MIP stinger on it, just annoying as hell. And then sunk a bunch of money into it, bought a 2.5R, went into it on that, and then just spent money out the yin-yang on it because I could never keep it running. I was always blowing through clutches, and I had to go through a guy because what I did is I sent it to another place, the 25R, brand new, didn't ever run it, didn't break it in. That was when the 25R was different from the 25 at that time when I purchased it. So I went and had it sent off and I had ported and polished and basically anything and everything to do for $185 of machine work on the engine. And then it was brought back to me and then I stuck it in my T-Max. Couldn't keep clutches more than half a tank.
No, so
Literally.
those were the ones that had the like the spin out clutches, right? Did
Right,
that have that kind of?
the three tooth,
Yeah.
the 3-tooth, or yeah. I
Yeah,
couldn't
it's
keep
got the little
clutches in it.
stupid springs that were hard as hell to put
Yes.
on, and yeah.
Oh, they
Yeah.
were a pain in the ass to
Did you
put
ever get the
on.
aluminum style?
Yeah, I spun it in a quarter of a tank.
Yeah, I just remember that pinging sound of the aluminum when they first opened up, that kind of noise they make when they
Yes.
finally
Oh
get
my God.
versus the
It was
plastic
crazy.
ones. But I found the plastic
Yep.
ones I think seemed to work better because they would actually grip better and they wouldn't actually, because the aluminum ones would just spin on there and the plastic
They
ones
just
once
spin and then
if they
they'd
get a
eat
little
itself.
hot they would grip a little bit, you know.
Right. So I actually got in contact with a guy in California, but he was going to charge me out the yin yang for a clutch for that thing. I'm like, no, we're not doing that. What he was going to do, he was going to make 3 clutch shoes. He was going to make them out of copper, but
Ooh.
within the rotation of the clutch contact points was going to be bonded Kevlar composite.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, well, that'd be all right. And I'm like, how long are you going to guarantee this thing? And he said, I'm not. I'm like, well, how much are you going to charge me for it then, dude?
Yeah.
$90. I'm like, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
No. Like, we're not doing $90 for a clutch, and it may last me a half a tank. And I told my wife that because she was like, no, we're not spending $90 for you.
$90
Then
on a
maybe
maybe.
have 15
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, yeah, that's enough of that. So the Hawk 2, I recently brought it back. So
ever find a clutch system to work in it then?
I got rid of that truck. I just, yep.
No,
I don't want
put
the
some new
headache.
clutches in it and been like, here, it runs, just baby
Exactly.
it, you know?
That's exactly what I did. I bought the stock Traxxas shoes, stuck it in there, fired it up, make sure it was going to run, and then said, okay, here it is for sale. It's this and that. You know, come get it. Here's the price. Good price. This is what it is. And somebody I work with bought it. So I'm like, here you go. Have fun.
Oh,
and then
dang,
recently he quit. So I don't know if he ran it or not. So
well,
it's all good.
I guess you'll find out or you won't.
Well, he quit the
so
company I work
you
at.
won't find
So
out.
nope, I'm not gonna find out. So that's okay.
No, that's probably a good thing. That's how it is
Right.
sometimes.
Because I
always like to sell cars to people away, you know. Never sell a car to a friend, like at least not a
definitely
family member.
no.
Anything that breaks on it, hey, you know how to fix this, you know? It's like,
Yeah,
no.
exactly.
This
I
used to be
hate that,
yours
man.
though. It's like, no, it's yours now.
No.
You fixed it.
Right?
Yeah.
It's your problem now. It's not mine.
Looks like Jim's buying up all the chassis over here. He's got a TS
Jim.
Fabs FC1,
Yes. Oh, I know, right?
an RB1, and a hard part Goblin.
Man.
Hop
I'm
up here,
surprised
Jim.
he hasn't ran out of time to look at stuff and build to
Oh,
be able to build stuff. Because
well,
as
finding
much as
out.
he looks at stuff and starts building things, I'm surprised he still has time to look at stuff.
Dude, I don't know. I have barely enough time to work on what I got going on, you know, but like the sleep
Right.
schedule from some of you guys that I was talking to, it's like, man, I gotta have at least 6 hours, so that takes up 3 hours of the day compared to some other people. I'm like, damn.
Right? Definitely.
Yeah,
with my monster
I
truck,
like my sleep.
it is set up. Let me switch my camera. All right, so we can get it on here. Oop. All right. So what this guy is this guy is the Mofo Monster Truck chassis. And then I've got the double barrel mount, so I can run the double barrels on him. And then I've got an AGF RC servo, the Lizard Pro, and then my Radio Link receiver. And I've got the servo setting at 8.4. What is that? 6.5. And then I just recently switched the differential gears to Mofo's 30%, and then I've got Coda aluminum links on this thing.
Okay.
So, and then I've got the Godzilla motor in there, the 4000. And then I don't have the Rocket Man transmission that this thing come with. As you see, it's black in there.
Uh-huh.
So that is an old transmission housing and gear set that I had laying around and threw in here for this thing to work, because Fury Tech's Rocket Man system or whatever that I bought with this, dude, they've got so much play in their spur gear. It is unbelievable. It will screw
really?
with your mesh more than anything.
Damn.
And that's part of the reason why I was eating pinion gears, is because I didn't realize
that spur was just in there flopping.
No, the spur gear was in there flopping around, and I didn't realize it. So I'd set the mesh and be good, and thinking it was good, and then the mesh should be good and not good and good and not good as it was running. So that's why I was eating it.
That could very well be a problem on this guy.
So that's why I switched it out.
I just threw an old transmission in it because it was running the stock one there for a second. Like literally just stock, all plastic transmission anyway. And then it went through its first spur. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, you're good. Go ahead. Because I might have a fix for you if you want to.
Oh, yeah. No, go for it. Yeah, go for your fix. I want to hear that.
Well, what I did is, you've probably seen several times that I put my pinions on here several times of how many I've eaten over the course of having this thing. Well, I run it on 3S. That's why. Because I don't stop. I send it to the moon.
Just keep going. Well, that's what it's for, right? Like,
right, exactly. Exactly. So what I went and did finally is I did two options. Two options was I bought a Robinson Racing hardened pinion gear that I was going to drill out from 2mm to 3mm and work with Fury Tech's hardened spur gear, because their Rocket Man transmission comes with a hardened spur gear. So you got hardened spur gear steel against brass. That does not play too well.
Yeah, no.
So that was my first option. Now, second option, I also ordered in the same time. So I had two options right there at the mailbox when it shipped and came. The second option, which is what's in here now, is Hot Racing's 05 conversion kit. It's got that aluminum spur and the nylon pinion gear from Hot Racing, the kit that goes basically for your stock set. So what I did was I took the spur from it and put the spur directly on this, and then bought another brass spur gear or brass pinion, and to see if that was going to play, because aluminum and brass play a little bit better together than brass and hardened steel. And that's what's in here now, and it has still worked. I mean, I'm on 5. Well, no, I'm not even on 5. I'm on 7 or 8 3-cell packs through this thing, and I have not stripped out the pinion or the spur.
Well, I don't much have that option. I'm on the race setup with the Mofo
BAM.
BAM. So I got the tiny little spur gear, but I can get a better transmission for it, or at least go in there and maybe try to shim it a little bit and see if I can't tighten it up a little bit. You know.
Right. But he does have coming hardened pinion gears in different motor shafts. So I don't know what all
I've heard
it's
talk about
going to
that.
be. We'll see
But
what's
I've
all available.
also heard talk about independent front suspension. I haven't seen
Right.
that yet.
Not yet. He don't have a whole lot of time.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Right.
Because that will change the game for trying to get something low, because you're not going to have, your servo's not going to be moving up and down. It's going to be pretty stationary.
Right.
So you don't have to worry about your clearance. You can shove stuff right up on top of the battery and everything.
So the way this gearing is I've got hot racing spur gear in here. I got a Fury Tech brass gear at 15 tooth. And then in the differentials, I've got 30% Mofo's, 30% overdrive in this thing.
Damn.
So this thing just, it goes nuts on 3S. It's just nuts.
Do you mostly run yours like on carpet or?
Yeah, that's all I run it on is carpet. And then I've got the Mofo tires. So that makes it even worse.
Well, I was going to say, I bet that thing flips right over on carpet.
Oh yeah, it just flips straight over on the back every single time. So I gotta kind of like ease into the throttle.
Yeah, I haven't tried running mine on carpet yet.
It's a whole different ball game. Literally, it's crazy.
I go running out at the shop, so it's concrete, but it gets some grip. Like it's a little bit more traction than like on hardwood and stuff like that, but it's still not much. But then if I go out like on the actual pavement or the patio out front, it's got a lot grippier. And like trying to turn, it's lifting one wheel up, and like you can just hear the tires going like dragging on the pavement. It's awesome. But if I just fully gun it just flips it literally right over on its top.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I feel you on that for sure. But that's why this thing is so crazy. Plus, I'm running the Fury Tech Pro or the Lizard Pro. So I found out in the Lizard Pro that if you go to the advanced settings, you got all this other stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you got turbo timing, you got turbo enable, you got freewheel enable, you got timing of the motor that you can advance. I got everything turned up. So that's another reason this thing is nuts.
So the only Lizard Pro I've got is actually in the giveaway Bronco, and I didn't know that, so I didn't go to any of those settings when I tuned it. But that's more of a crawler. It crawls just fine. It doesn't need to go
that's
fast.
all good.
And that could be because I noticed in the Lizard Pro, so you probably got yours is set to the Godzilla, right?
Right.
So
that's what this is on.
It could be in advanced settings is just for the Godzilla. So mine's on I found the best for the BAM, the 1900s, and that was just the micro Komodo setting.
Mm-hmm.
So I had it on that setting. It seemed to work the best with that. And so maybe it does, the micro Komodo doesn't have the same advanced option settings as the Godzilla, I wonder.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's pretty wild though.
I need to get one.
It's nuts. It's pretty nuts, man.
I've got the old school Lizards. I got 2 of those and a Tegu.
I've got 1 Lizard, and that's in this guy right here, which it's got, let's see if I can pull this thing off. It's got the old school large Komodo. So it's got the first Komodo. And here's the other thing that was, I don't know if you're familiar with, you probably are since you have a Lizard Pro, or the Lizard, I mean. The old school, when they come out with the BEC, the 2.5 amp that you could hook into everything.
Oh. No, I don't have one of those.
That or not. Yeah, this has the old 2.5 amp BEC that pretty much bypasses everything. You just hook straight into the BEC and it goes straight into your Lizard. So
Oh,
I
awesome.
run another AGF off of that one also. So this one, which Nick was really surprised. Let me put this over here. Nick was really surprised that I have this one still, because this chassis he does not make. He does not make
Is that
this chassis.
Which one's that? The original ugly?
Ugly mofo. This is
Oh, man.
his LCG, because look at my links.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's... Nick was really surprised when I got the Bronco. He's like, what else do you got? I'm like, oh, well, I got this and the monster truck. And he was like, you still have that
So that's
chassis? I haven't made that chassis forever.
It's one of the
I'm like,
original
yeah.
ones.
It's one of the original ones that he doesn't even make anymore.
That's awesome.
Right? So I'm like super careful with this thing now.
Don't break it.
Right? Don't break it because I don't make it no more.
Yeah. He's got all the mofo memorabilia.
Oh yeah, this is like completely mofoed out. This is on my channel. This is like totally mofoed out. This is ridiculous. It's got the
Oh, yeah.
brass axles. It's got the brass axles in it, the brass transmission. It's got the bulletproof transmission, gears in it. It's got, I mean, I've got wheel weights in my wheels. Then I've got the Trio, which inside are the weighted inner rings on it. And then I've got the knuckles, the bar, the brass bars. I mean, pretty much everything brass is in this.
Oh, right on.
My wheels, I stuck them on a scale. I think my wheels weigh like 53 grams just for my wheels with the inserts.
Oh, jeez.
Because I stuck them on one day.
200 grams in wheels.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. Yeah, that's when I first started with. That was originally a C10. Originally what I started with. But
So is that
switching it
one's your
over.
oldest build?
That is my oldest build, which I went completely wild with that.
That's funny. So this would be technically my oldest build. It was my deadbolt, but I just put a Tinker Time body on it. But it's got the big old honking Komodo in it too. Currently
Hey,
no
those
ESC
are good motors
receiver.
for that time frame.
Oh yeah, they work great. And then it's got the, of course, I went on Amazon, just got those set of, I'm pretty sure they're like cast metal of some sort. But
Axle
like,
housings?
yeah, it's the whole set. Like it comes with everything you need.
Really?
Yeah, and it's like
That's what's up.
$60 some for both of them.
That's
So it comes
a
with
whole lot cheaper.
It comes with the
than
knuckles.
everybody
It
else.
comes with diff covers. Like literally, the only thing it comes with your steering link. The only thing it doesn't come with is like your battery or your servo tray, your servo mount, and your rear.
Man, that's not
riser.
bad.
Yeah, and it's like you can find them on Amazon from anywhere from different brands. From like the cheapest I think I found is like $56 for a set of
That's
them.
still not bad for front and
And
rear.
of course, they've got some play. You're gonna have to go through
Right.
them and mess with them a little bit if you're really wanting them to work 100%.
Perform.
But yeah. But I mean, you're gonna do that anyway with any other one you're gonna buy. Like
Definitely.
normally
You're going to go through it and make sure it's right.
yeah, and normally you're getting the housings itself, and you're gonna have to build it anyway. So unless you're going with some
Right.
portals, well, I mean, mofo, you're building it all,
Right.
I think, aren't you?
Pretty
I still
much.
have yet to
And
get
then-
a set of those.
And this thing recently, I don't have them either. This thing recently, I just updated this to the Mofo brass links. So I've got those on this also.
Yeah, I
So we
was
got-
looking at a set for the Gladiator.
Well, you should get them now because he lowered the price versus what I paid for these when he didn't lower that price.
Oh, really?
It was like almost $70 in likes for this thing.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, tell me about it.
But actually, I think I'm gonna go. I think I got gonna go with RC Addiction links for the Gladiator.
I got you.
Try those out too. But yeah, there's
Right.
definitely want to get some brass links because now he's got brass links for all of them, doesn't he?
Yeah. And
So,
then also I don't know if you can see it real well, but I put Maz's scale hardware. I went through and put all that on.
Those look good.
So I've got Maz's scale hardware on these. And if and when they get here, these are JEC Racing ledge cutter. I don't know if you can see them real well.
Yeah, I can see
Ledge
them
cutter
really
bead
good.
locks for the Trio type Bs. I just recently put in an order
going
for
on,
the
Bold
brass
View?
rings. So eventually I'm going to get brass rings and I'm going to take all this crap off again. But I talked to Maz about polishing those brass rings. So
Mhm.
I'm going to go through and polish them and ceramic coat them. So that'll be my next thing for this guy.
Oh yeah.
And these are the mudslingers that I've got on here. So I've got LCG chassis, but I got huge damn tires to go along with it.
Oh yeah, gotta love the mudslingers.
Yes, I love them.
Those are on the Mofo DDPs. Those were actually what I had running the triple or the, what would you call that? What would you call a dually, but instead of 4 or
I got you. The
6
big
in the
one,
front, yeah.
the black one, yeah.
But those are the Mofo DDPs. You can just keep stacking those as much as you want. It's crazy.
Jeez, man. When you had that video of 3 sets together on the front end, and you were like, Honey Badger at the limit, I'm like,
Yeah.
what? Like,
I just see what it can do.
Man.
That little that servo's still working too. It's still pushing it. It's not doing
Pushing it?
It's not doing the 3 anymore. It's back to just the
yeah, it's back to the 4.
back to the regular 2. But yeah, whole thing still
That was
hanging
a
in
crazy build. That was a crazy build. Did you just like throw stuff together, or do you actually have that mapped out?
No, that was just kind of, this is the parts I have. I had got hitting up about doing that contest, and so I'm still waiting on the actual, like, what all I've got to do for the contest. But once that comes around, then I'll be doing the contest with it and going, like, if there's an incline challenge, side hill, and some other things that we got to do. And so I'll be doing those. But yeah, I just got hit up about it. I was like, I think I can make a low, and the only thing was really a low center of gravity, and it couldn't be a 6x6. I was like, oh,
that's good.
That was the first thing I asked was, well, can it be a 6x6? Like, no,
right.
Like, and well, I did one of the builds I took apart to make that one was a incline challenge build for a Facebook group. Like, oh man, I can't remember the name. It's long distance something. TRS long distance, but yeah, that you just pretty much opened a Facebook group just so you can go post videos to see
your incline.
What incline, side hill, how much you can, he's got different sections you can post in, how much it can pull, and
what?
So yeah, and so the 6x6 I built actually it was on a what is that, Warthog chassis. And I just made it into a 6x6, and I got up to, what was it, 60? It was like 65.9 degrees, so just under 66 degrees incline with it.
Jeez, man,
I think I still hold the record for it on that. And I'm not going to give away exactly what I'm at with that one yet until we do the challenge.
Right.
But it's over 60.
That's nuts, man. I was happy when I got 56, 57 on my black and silver truck here. I was excited with that 57 degrees. I'm like, man, this is awesome. I got these big mudslingers and I've got this low CG. And also the other thing I've got on those are flex blades, the flex blade XRs.
I found like a lot of times getting over 60, as soon as you get over 60, you're losing all your crawl capability.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
You're making a rig strictly to go up a board
Up a
with grip
hill.
tape on it. Yeah.
Yeah. And see, I didn't want to do all that because once I seen all that, I'm like, yeah, I really want to have my articulation and my crawl ability.
Well,
57 is good enough.
That's what this guy's for. That's when you just build a whole completely different rig with leftover parts. Maybe buy
That's what the monster truck was. That's what my monster truck was. All the parts from this one became the monster truck.
And then a little more here and there.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, know how that goes. Then next thing you know, it's like, okay, I just need a whole new one now to start over.
Yep, exactly. And then all of a sudden I won a Bronco, so I'm like, oh, now I have something new to start with.
Yeah, now I got something new to play with.
Like, yeah, my wife's like, really? You're gonna go crazy with that? I'm like, why not? Like, why not? I'm gonna go crazy with it. I have something new to go crazy with.
Oh yeah.
Because about my kids. My kids have, my boy is 8. He's got a deadbolt, and then my daughter's got the green C10. So I don't touch those because I already know what'll happen. So I just leave them for them.
Yeah.
So whatever they have problems with, if something like I replaced my son's deadbolt servo for an Emax because his stopped working, and I'm like, oh, I know the fix to that. And my wife's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm ordering a servo for the deadbolt. And she's like, okay. And how much is that? I'm like, I'm going cheap. It'll work for him. It'll be good. You know, it's going to surpass him. He'll be all right. It's not no $40-some servo.
What'd you end up getting him?
I got him an Emax.
Oh, okay.
The Emax digital.
Yeah, I think that's
so
what.
I don't.
Because
the Emax, the thing that irritated me, because that's what everybody was saying was the budget friendly, and you got digital and you got analog. So I'm like, why the hell are we still running analog servos? Like that doesn't make sense.
Is it
so
cheaper?
I went with the digital. I think it was the same price at that time. He's had it in there for he's had it in there for probably 2 years. So I bought it like 2 years ago.
Yeah, I only have the one Emax. That came actually with the Warthog. I bought the Warthog all assembled from a guy, and it had the Emax, it had the Surpass in it, had the Easy Run ESC.
Nice.
And yeah, so got all that because I was trying to stay mostly local when I first got into these, and our hobby shop was getting into them, but when these things first started coming around, there wasn't too many aftermarket parts around, you know.
Right.
At least
I know
locally.
when I first bought the C10, there was nobody around that had parts for these things.
Yeah. And so he had this fully built. He bought all his stuff online. And again, like I said, I'm not very tech savvy. So this is the most I've been using technology in the past, I don't know how many years. And so when I first started, I was barely on Facebook. You know, I kind of posted on the mods and fun and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But I didn't have YouTube, Instagram, all that kind of thing going on. And
I didn't have
I ended up buying this off a Facebook group guy. And so that was my first brushless system, and I completely forgot where I was going. But yeah, it was a good little purchase, and it was fun. And I had the Fury Tech set up, but I didn't have the mount. That's what I needed. That was the main thing I needed was the mount, and couldn't find it at the time. I think I can't remember.
Was that the plastic mount?
Yeah, just that stupid plastic FuryTech mount. And I had the gear set up, and this was like, I think this was before they were selling it as the gear setup and the mount together. You had to buy them
I
separately.
got you. They were selling it separately. You had to buy everything separately.
Yeah, and so I just couldn't find it, and ended up buying that whole rig. I think it was around $200. But yeah, it had the
That's not bad.
whole surpass setup, had 4mm extended axles, had all brassed out. I mean, it's pretty much all done up. I was like, hell, for that,
$200. That's
yeah.
easy.
I can take that apart and then build up my other, other stuff. Or at the time, I only had one other one. I could take that all apart, use what I need for the FuryTech build, and then I had the surpass just laying around until I eventually found another mount, and then and parts are now so easily available from everywhere.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. It's blown up, man. There's just
Yeah.
parts everywhere. You type
It's
it in
awesome.
on Amazon, you get 20,000 results easy.
Oh yeah, and then you go to Google or Etsy or like just go into Google and it shows you so many different new stores popping up, that are selling stuff, and then same with Etsy, and I'm sure there are tons of places I don't even know about, and
Exactly
what I love doing. I love searching for all the smaller companies out there, ones just getting started. And it's like, what are you offering? Like, this is something I'm kind of curious. I just got in not too long ago. Well, a couple things actually. Oh, it's all falling out. No, it's back. What is it?
Oh, that's all good. There you go.
But yeah, this is called the. Let me pull it up here. But it's a low center of gravity. What is it? The Puma, and it's from High Sierra.
Really?
But the links on it. So the link setup kind of.
Links?
Oh yeah, you need the link. You need the links with it.
Oh.
And so the links are actually like stepped, so that they go up to the chassis for your lower ones. So they would actually go up in these holes here. Or I need to look again to see if it's lower or which ones they go to, but
that's
these
weird.
are definitely your lower
That's a
links.
crazy link, man.
Yeah, so it's
stepped to be high clearance,
but then it's also steps out.
That's crazy.
See, I'm real curious to try this thing out. I just don't know what I'm gonna.
You said it's on Etsy?
Put on it yet? Yeah, Etsy. It's called It's a High Sierra 3D is the name of the company, and it's called the Puma.
Huh.
But I got this body here, so I might try something with it on there. Just take the bed off, maybe.
Wherever works, wherever you got to do.
But I got other builds in front of
Jay,
that.
Man. Look at Jay. He's chopping Bronco bodies in half.
Oh, I know. Yeah, these things are looking sexy too.
They are.
He's kind of making
a lot of time in that.
Kind of make me want to paint mine up. The one I'm keeping, not the.
Oh,
okay. I already painted up the giveaway Bronco.
Yeah, I've been on Etsy once or twice for these. I don't know if you've tried these or not. This was before.
I have not.
These are the 3D printed. Oh, where'd it go? These are the 3D printed monster truck tires.
Are they actually like hard 3D printed? Or is it like a soft like flubber stuffers?
Like
oh, okay. So yeah, it's got some.
They're like the TPU. I think it's TPU.
And
for
like
rims
the,
and the tires. What's up?
Is that like the flubber stuffers?
They're hollow. They're hollow.
No, like the I just meant the material. I guess.
I think kind of, but they're real plastically. They don't grip on hard floors where the crap. Carpet, not so much. You kind of slide all over the place. This was
awesome
before
for donuts, not so much for jumps.
That's about it. Awesome for donuts on hardwood floors. That's about all they're good for. But this is a guy through Suspense 3D printing.
Yeah. I've seen him
Yeah.
on there.
Yep, this is his tires and stuff. Which he does make the rims for the AMTs, which I got too.
Ooh.
Which he does make these pretty cool AMT rims that are pretty inexpensive. And you can customize your ring and your wheel color. And I think they're like $25 for the AMT.
And then can you?
Just the rims.
I remember last time, like back in the when people were just starting to do the monster trucks, the AMT
Yes.
tires were going crazy, and you couldn't find them anywhere. Is that still a thing?
The only way
or-
you could find them was to buy a model kit.
Yeah,
That was
And
the only
so-
way you could find it.
just buying one of the monster truck model kits, and then you're spending. Yeah, what some of those monster truck
30
kits?
bucks.
What? Yeah, 30.
$30.
So you
That's
spend
all
$30
I paid
for
for.
tires, and then another $20. That's 50. So that's comparable to a set of mofos.
Right. I had to buy this guy in order to get those tires. So this is the, if I can get it. Where's it at? Oh, it's not on here. Or is it? Where is it? There it is. There's AMT,
Yeah.
Coca-Cola. So I bought this through Tower Hobbies. They were doing a sale. So I got it for like $30 shipped to the house.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I like
So-
Hobby Lobby for the models, especially when they have their sales going on.
My Hobby Lobby does not carry monster truck models because I asked them like several times.
Oh,
I'm
really?
like, I called up there and they're like, we haven't carried monster truck models for like 5 years. I'm like, what? No,
I guess I haven't checked for the
really?
monster trucks. That's
He's
where
like,
I
well,
got
we
the
carry
semi.
almost everything else.
Easy.
I'm like, well, that sucks. And my wife's, because my wife bought my RCs every year. She's like, well, I got a coupon. I'm like, I'm pretty sure you do. I'm like, go ahead and just order me a model kit. What do you need that for? I'm like, just order it. Calm down.
Need some tires.
That's what I told her. She's like, you need what? I'm like, that's all I need. And she was like, okay.
Oh,
So she didn't know.
Surely you've used some other things out of the kit.
I didn't use nothing. All I did was pull the tires.
Just tires.
That's all I did. Pulled the tires.
Yeah. Use what you need.
Everything else. Yep. Everything else was mofoed.
What up, Peyton? Jim, Billy?
And I'm really interested to try these on this C10 because I have the Flubber Stuffers V3s in here. So I'm
Ooh.
really interested to see what these mudslingers are going to do with these Flubber Stuffers because they compress, man.
All I've got are the V2s. That's what's in
You
this
get the
guy
V2s? Flubber Stuffers?
here. Yeah.
So I'm interested to see what the V3s do
Oh, I know.
with this
'Cause
guy.
you definitely need it with that tall sidewall.
Yes, definitely. I mean, this side, I was really surprised with that sidewall. It's crazy.
That's awesome.
It is.
Yeah, where's
So
the
I'm
comparison
really
on
excited.
sidewall? So without Flubber Stuffers.
Right. Definitely. And that's the thing I showed my wife before I put the Flubber Stuffers in it. I put one in and then I left one alone and showed her. She was like, I don't see much of a difference. I'm like, just feel it. She's like, okay. So I'm feeling a tire. I'm like, come on. She doesn't understand this whole thing entirely, but she's getting there.
Entirely.
Yeah, she's getting there.
Oh yeah.
That's all good.
It's a little at a time. It'll be all right.
Right. But she's got a
Easy.
red cat. She's got a red cat Durcon Pro brushless for herself. So
Oh. More into the speed things than the little crawlers.
well, I bought that for her. And she's only taken it out maybe 6 times.
It was Edge of Texas RC Peyton.
Oh, that won the giveaway? Yeah.
Yeah. Lucky guy right there.
Right?
Gonna hate to see it go. It's been looking awesome just sitting in the garage.
What'd you build your garage out of? I've been meaning to ask you.
So the backdrops are like the actual walls themselves that actually look like garage walls are from the Enduro 24 boxes.
Okay.
I've got 2 of those. Oh, there's one. There's one with a barrage body on it because it's basically the same setup as a barrage.
I got
It's
you.
got the motor and stuff up front and all that good stuff. But yeah, those come with the inside of the boxes actually have little garage, backdrops or whatever.
Right.
So you can pull the box apart and use that. And then the actual framing or whatever is just a cheap nightstand or shelving
I
thing
wasn't
that I
sure.
just laid on its side. And so it just had these little openings and I went out, spray painted it and started decorating things and taped lights to it. And
That's what's up.
yeah,
See, that's what I'm looking for. Is cheaply done because I've kind of looked up on YouTube and looked up on Google, and people have spent a lot of money on them things.
Yeah, and even for all you need is for the backdrop. All you need is some old cardboard, and like if you got a printer, a colored printer, I'm sure you can find shop. Pictures
layout
of a
or
shop
something.
wall or something. Yeah. And then just print that off, like make it the best you can in some Photoshop thing or whatever, and print that out.
I'd rather spend the money on these than garage.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, like even for the YouTube and stuff like that, it's like get a better camera and all this. It's like
right.
I'd rather just spend the money on the RCs themselves,
Exactly, definitely.
Like I want to do a little bit, but like I don't want to have to go. Like I use just a UCAT editing app on my phone. Like I pretty much do everything from my phone. And
you pretty much can now. Everything.
Yeah. And so everything's pretty much free for making this, and if it does start costing money other than what I'm already putting the money into, what I would have been doing anyway, which is the RCs, then it's like, well, I'm already putting the money into it. I would have put the money into.
Exactly.
I'm just now filming it and putting it for other
putting
people
it on there, so you might as well.
Yeah. Well, and it's nice to, show people some things, and if they have questions, if they want to do it, hey, this saddle is done. Go for it, man. But then again,
I seen a while.
Oh, go for it. I was just gonna say, I hate when I do something that's like, that didn't really work so well, and other people are like, I want to go for it. It's like, no, don't try that. It was fun, yes,
you're
but
right.
you're gonna hurt stuff, like.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I've seen, other people have garages, which, is cool for them. Awesome. Like Hood Whiz and Maz and a couple of the other guys that have came on there, beautiful garages, but I'm like, I really don't want to spend a whole lot of money into that. Yeah, everybody keeps giving me slack. They're like, how you gonna fit a monster truck in a garage? I'm like, well, I'll build everything around it.
It fits.
Right. That's what I figured. I'd figure out a way to make it fit, but I ran the idea past my wife. No, my wife doesn't control our checkbook or anything like that.
But it's always nice to ask.
Really well. Right. Me and her communicate really well. I kind of bounce ideas off of her for the most part. And she's like,
she might have a better idea too.
Right. Why are you doing that? Why do you need a garage for your toys? I'm like, okay. Wrong.
Or not.
Maybe not.
It's like, because they need a home. They need a place to stay.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they're toys. I'm like, oh, no. Like, okay. Well, I'll just ask everybody else.
Yeah. They're not toys.
I just
it's not
wasn't
something
sure.
you'd let a kid play with.
my boy
okay,
plays with
maybe not.
his.
Yeah.
My boy plays with his deadbolt, but here's the thing: his deadbolt's completely stock, other than the servo. So his is completely stock, 2-cell. He runs the same battery as it came with, so he doesn't have any modifications other than the servo because the servo died.
Aw.
That's it.
Yeah, they tend to do that. Especially
They
with
do
kids, I've
that.
noticed, because kids tend to like to just do that with the steering a
Oh
lot.
yeah,
Like,
he doesn't keep
especially
that
when
wheel
it's
straight for
slow, it
nothing.
doesn't. It's like it doesn't move fast enough. I don't see it moving. It needs to be going back and forth, or like.
My son, I think what killed his servo is he likes to run around in circles. And he just had that servo, the stock servo cranked and full throttle cranked as he
One
was
way.
running around in circles. I mean, for months on end, that's what he did. And I'm pretty sure that's what killed his stock servo, is just being cranked one way, and then same way with his motor.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, hey, let's go the other way and just leave it for a minute. And...
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
And my
James has
boys,
a pretty cool garage too. Said he made his out of TV trays and old coffee table.
there you go. Because I've seen people use what is it, corrugated cardboard or whatever, that plastic corrugated cardboard.
Yeah, I think
Some of that stuff's kind of pricey if you can find it.
Yeah, I just use any cardboard I find. It's corrugated, that wavy stuff
Plastic
in the center.
stuff. Yes.
Oh, it's the plastic stuff.
It's the plastic cardboard stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Which is okay.
Peyton's got some nice scale stuff in his garage too.
That he does. And then my daughter, with her SCX 24, the C10 that she has, she's ran it maybe 5 times since she's had it. So she doesn't run it very much, which is okay because, that's her deal. So I don't have to replace parts.
Yeah, exactly. And then she has one, there is time to play with them. It's not I want to play with one, and there's not one to play with.
Exactly. Right.
Got to cover all the bases.
Definitely.
Yeah, so this one's one of the ones I run on 3S. This has actually got the
Kenworth?
Yeah.
All right.
So
you don't see those very often.
I think that's an AMT model kit too. I know it's a model kit, but I think it's AMT. Pretty sure it is. But
it's pretty nice.
Got a 3980 kV brushless motor in it. So that's a blade Blade's the brand, but it's for a main prop in a helicopter.
I know what you're talking about, blade wise.
Then this is on right now it's running the Castle Sidewinder Micro 2, I believe. But I just got these drift tires, or drift wheels and tires from
there you go.
SKP
Start drifting with a semi, man.
Yeah. So as you can see, they're a little worn already. Oh,
good. You're getting time in now.
Yeah.
Time in to figure it out. What's up?
What's going on, man?
Oh, not too much. Chris was telling me about this, and I got the alert on my YouTube. I figured I'd jump on.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Just going over what
How you
we
doing
got.
tonight?
What's that?
How you doing tonight?
Oh, good. Just chilling. Got a whole pile of parts on my desk that I don't want to look at anymore.
Uh-oh. Kind of parts?
It's 24. I'm trying to stuff a big ass motor in my. Well, it's all changed now. It's all gonna all mofo, ugly, and then Zoo Wally gave me I think it's a 1400 or 1900 kV brushless, and I went out and bought a Castle.
There you go.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
good there.
So I got all that, and I'm still pretty new at this, so I don't know how to solder. I don't know how to do. I just got all these parts. I got overwhelmed. I've
Right.
been out of it for a little while.
Are you
It can be
yeah,
very
man?
overwhelming. Very.
I put the Furatech and the Nano Beast in my other truck, and it was running really good for a while, and then it quit fucking running. I don't know what I did. Yeah, and I went and got another. It was on the V1 ESC on my C10, and
Mhm.
I put another one on it and plugged it back in, and it fucking popped that one too, I think. I haven't even looked at it. I just gave up after that too. I was pissed.
Oh, man.
I don't know
Wow.
what's going on.
So, yeah, probably help you with some of that.
It
was running
really good though.
Some knowledgeable people in the house.
Yeah. I'll go inside so there's not all this damn background noise.
You're good.
I'll show you what I got going on. So I can put some shit away.
Well, it's nice somebody else joined up.
Yeah.
Yeah, right on. It's nice to be here. Here, I'll turn it around just a second. He sent me this big son bitch.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
You said that's a 19?
12T on there. Yeah, I think it's a big one. And then I've been shaving brass for a week trying to get everything to fucking fit on here without breaking any screws and shit. And just that kind of stuff, man. Castle
Get the
setup, B-Link,
brass
all
housings
stuff.
on it.
Yeah, I got the mofo when he finally got him back in like last month or month and a half
Yeah.
ago.
Oh, the new axle housings for the portals.
Oh, for
I
the
got you.
portals or for the
That's
just
just
regular ones?
regular.
That's for the portals. That's why he redesigned them, because the rear housings, because I've got the V ones, the housings for the new ones have a different clock position for the screws to be able to adapt to the portals. That's why he went in through that redesign, because people were trying to put the portals on the rears of these, and the
And they weren't
screws were
working.
clocked differently. So that's why he went through the redesign to make sure that clock of the screws to be able to adapt to the rear to the portals.
Let's see, I got
This one these are the new ones lined up. I hope I did it right.
If you got the new ones recently, then everything should line up.
But
Yeah.
you're not running portals, are you?
No.
No, I'm not.
Well, no. So then everything should be pretty good then if he's not running portals.
It
Are
all
you talking
should
about?
be okay.
Are you talking about it where the servo mount goes?
Yeah, that was a fucking pain in the ass.
See,
Okay.
Bogier had a pain in the rear end with that too. I think it was on the rear differential, if I remember right.
Oh, with the upper truss mount.
Upper truss mount, he had to grind off a crap load for some
Yeah.
reason.
I tried not to take so much off the actual housing itself on the truss mount. I took a lot. I had an aluminum low center of gravity servo mount, so I just chewed that fucker up.
Oh, you got it on the front. You had to chew up.
Yeah, on the back, slap
Really?
together real easy.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good.
Oh,
To know, then.
Try. I have yet to put mine together.
Yeah, the back.
Your brass axles?
Yeah, I've got a set for the TakeOver build, but I want to film it all, so I was waiting for the giveaway build and everything to get all done. So now I'll be filming for the TakeOver wood body, but yeah, I wanted to keep some weight down on it.
Well, that's good to know that, because Bogier recently released a video. He had to chew off a crap load on a rear housing that he got. So if he had to do the front, then I don't know.
All that seems to go in between just good.
Looks all right to me.
That's good. Maybe, I mean,
the
not
plastic.
good for Bogier, but maybe he had the only one that was too much
I haven't
material or something.
tried running a screw through it yet, though.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's you gotta really move the plastic. That's why I kept that rear housing plastic so I can move it around.
Ah,
I got you.
Not the rear housing, the truss.
I got you. Yeah, eventually, I mean, we all start from a crap load of parts just laying around, and then all of a sudden they turn into toys.
oh yeah.
Yeah, it won't take me long to get it finished. This is my first ugly build. You can see it.
Oh, there you go. That's better now.
Oh yeah.
That looks pretty cool.
It's my
The
So you
nano
got
in
some
there.
Shell Kings?
slash. It's pretty heavy, this one. I don't know if I want to keep them heavy, though. I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
What's up, Peyton?
What's up?
What's up, Aiden?
Howdy.
What's Peyton up to?
Well, I got my new radio.
GT5?
Yeah, I was able to hook up the Sidewinder. It's a mess of wires, but
Hey, that's what we all start with, isn't it? Before we
It's
start
better-
cleaning up.
yeah, better than nothing. I just wanted to run it, really, but
There you go.
bit of a mess, but it'll work. So
And now all you
yeah.
got to do is just take time to clean it up, make it look pretty. Now you got everything working.
yeah, so see how long that takes. Not gonna be fun.
Right
You guys
on.
want to hear a funny story?
What's that?
These, I forget what they are called, but these screws that go in this big ass motor for the mount, they're
Surpass?
metric. They're metric, right? So you can't find them anywhere.
Mhm. I've ran into that problem.
Dude. I couldn't find these things, and these may not be the right ones. They seem to fit.
Oh, are they the same as like the DDP wheels though? Like the Mofo DDP wheels? Because I'm pretty sure I was able to use the because there was a whole bunch of extra screws when I got the dually set.
Oh, I haven't got that yet, so I don't know on that one.
I wonder if those are the same. So I'm pretty sure I used some of those. Well, if they weren't, it's on. It's on. They
So what
messed
did you end up
some
finding?
threads,
Brick,
where'd you end up getting
Brick
them?
William, where'd you
Yeah,
get
go.
them? Go
Yeah,
ahead.
what? Oh, these stupid screws. I had
Yeah.
to. I went up to the Veterans Day parade up like an hour from here, and I said, "Screw it!" There was a hardware store right there, so I went in there and he had them.
Oh,
Really?
that's awesome.
Yeah,
That
was
is nice.
lucky.
Right? You are very lucky because I went through 3 hardware stores trying to find screws, and nobody had them. Nobody had them, so I had to order them.
What did you go off eBay?
Amazon.
Oh yeah.
Amazon. I bought a kit for my FuryTech Godzilla because they used 2.5 millimeter screws, which nobody had. They didn't even know what I was talking about.
No,
Any place that I went, they were like, "What are you talking about? What does that go do?" I'm like, "Oh man,
Because they're a little
I'm
toy
gonna have to
RC
order
car.
it." Right?
Yeah.
Oh, what kind of RC car? So they wanted to look and see, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I've got pictures." Wrong thing to say. I'm sitting here in a hardware store for 15 minutes showing pictures of toys.
Look what I got.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's what grows it though, is people are
Yep.
like, and you're like, how it's $150 to get one. You can start playing with it for a month or two and start wanting to upgrade it.
And that's where
There
it
you
all
go.
starts.
Yeah, it's
That's
Oh, I
exactly
remember when
where
it
it
was
starts.
110.
yeah, all right.
Dad get $110 deadbolt and
$110 deadbolt. Because that's what started it with my son. because my son had one, and then he had his for like a year. And then after that year is when I bought my C10 and then started going crazy after that.
The C10 out of the box is an awesome crawler, dude. So was the Jeep, the V2 Jeep. Pretty good.
My first was the V1 Jeep. Back
Yeah.
before
The
the Jeeps
JLU?
had the V2. Yeah, back before the Jeeps had the V2 in them.
Mm-hmm.
I had 2 of those, and that is what this guy is now. Those are my first 2. And then from there, I got a red deadbolt, and that is what the Tinker Time build is.
Nice.
And then a C10, and then a Mini Z, and then an Enduro. Yeah, and some more.
I was thinking about getting a different brand of 18th or larger, smaller type truck or car, basher
Right.
maybe.
I don't know. The bigger you get, the more expensive they get. Trust me.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I want to stay small like the Mini Z, and then there was that other one. I was looking at the little tiny.
You go Mini Z, it gets more expensive as well.
Yeah.
I think
tractor
Upper Left
thing?
did it. The
The
what?
E-Revo.
Oh, the 1/16th E-Revo. I've got one of
Yeah.
those, and man, I've sunk so much money in that thing. I haven't even played with that thing. I am
Right.
done screwing with it. It has been in a timeout for like 2 years. Literally.
I guess you could say they're all expensive. So
Well, the thing is, the
to the point
E-Revo
of
is
what you
great,
want to spend.
but the thing with the E-Revo, the 1/16th, their pinion gears, the ring and pinion gears suck. I mean, the metal that they are made out of, if you want to go fast with these things, they work. But if you want to go really fast with these things, then their ring and pinions, they just chew up. I mean, I've ran through 2 and 3 sets. I've shimmed them. I've even bought a shim kit to shim them up. They're just not really good made if you're wanting to go super fast. Now, if you want to get like the brushed version and stay somewhat slow, then they're okay. But I haven't had much experience with my ring and pinion differential. I probably ran through 4 sets of the ring and pinion differentials in that thing in like 3 years.
Yeah, I don't want. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna buy something, especially Trax is fucking expensive.
Well, the thing is, the other thing, I had to buy different A-arms because the A-arms kept breaking every time I'd hit a jump with it because the springs are too soft. The spring rate's too soft, so I had to buy aftermarket springs. I can actually go get it if you want me to.
No, my buddy had one. I know what they're about. I just was thinking about it. I don't like. I've been
Oh, it's all
looking at
good.
them for months. I don't think I'm gonna do it.
See, I've got the one that nobody has, that very few people have. I have the one that has the, what is it? The radio that they only released for a year, literally, and then they pulled it because it was too expensive. It was too expensive for what the
Too
car
expensive
was.
for them? Oh.
Yes, it is the, let me show you. Now, this is crazy because I still have it. That's the reason I still have it. It has this 2.4 gigahertz Traxxas Link radio. So this radio system alone is expensive. So this has all the computer stuff all in it. They only had this thing for like a year. So I ended up picking this up and I didn't know nothing about it because my buddy had a Revo. And then once I got this and he was like, man, you got that radio, really? That is like an expensive radio. I'm like, no, really? Well, I've had this Revo for like 9 years, literally.
Oh damn.
And then come to find out that radio system is one of the most expensive ones to have. But this is my Revo now. So it's
Yeah. See, it's still
Like I
too
said,
big for what I'm looking for, though. That's the thing. I like these because I can pack them all over the damn place.
right.
You want
And with this one,
Yeah.
and with
Well,
this
a
one,
Revo's an
it's
8. Is that an 18th or a 16th?
Well, it's a
is a
Traxxas, so it'd be
16th.
like it would be like a
16th.
10th scale and anything else.
It's a 16th. It's a 1/16th scale.
But Traxxas
So
always
this-
runs big.
Yeah. But this has a Savox servo in it. I've got aftermarket springs in it. I've got a T-bone bumper on it. I've got the toe links, aluminum toe links, and then a heat sink for the motor. I've got also aftermarket springs in the rear. I've got RPM, front bumper, rear bumper. What else? The aluminum bell crank for the servo in there. I've got that all aluminum. Bearings throughout, RPM, hub carriers front and rear, RPM arms front and rear. Yeah, I've got
Got it all
I've
decked
got too
out.
much money in that thing, man. Jeez. And it still doesn't run worth a crap. I still blow ring and pinions out of it. Yeah, it's just off the wall. I mean, it's good for what it is. But once you start going crazy with it and you run from the, what is it? The 6L NIM pack that they come with,
They run
then you start blowing
2 or
stuff
3S.
out. They can run 3S.
They're pretty cool out of the box.
3S, you're upwards of 50-something mile an hour. Even on 2S, you're upwards of 45.
So this is a 14 scale WL Toys. It's like $120 new.
Way cheaper than this thing.
It's got
Or the other
like
thing. I've got aluminum
100
body mounts too.
Oh,
they got
I can't even
pissed.
remember what this costs. It's got a big old Castle motor in it with a Sidewinder for ESC. It can run 2S, 3S. It's running the
Excuse me.
a Spectrum receiver. But yeah, all I did was throw the motor setup in it and the different wheels and tires. It's still running all the stock gearing, and it'll do 49. Yeah, it did 49 mile an hour on 2S, and with a
That's nice.
with a high voltage pack with these wheels and tires on it. And,
That's a hell of a lot cheaper than this thing.
it will fit the E-Revo wheels and tires on it, but it's just so small and they're so grippy because I've got a set of those somewhere. Yeah, so these little guys.
That one looking around.
So, yeah.
The WL Toys, it's called like the Mud something or something.
No, this is I don't have the original body for it, but this is like the 114. Oh, what's it called? It's got Z06 on the side of the body, but it's a 1/14 scale.
I'm not sure.
All right,
on that.
I'll look into that.
But I tricked it out and I put a little Trax body on it.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
If I can get it together the right way. So it's a Traxxas lookalike.
Yeah, I'll tell you straight up, Traxxas. I mean, I've got a ton of money in this thing, and it still doesn't run. So it's in a timeout for several years because I'm done screwing with it. What's up?
What's up, man?
Yeah,
I was gonna say, sorry. I was gonna say the only other car I have is a 4x4 VXL from Traxxas.
Oh,
That's real cool.
10 scale?
Yeah, it's a 10 scale, but it's real fun. I mean, I let my
that's
family.
actually a basher, right?
Yeah.
Or is that a crawler?
No, it's a basher. But
What is it, Basher?
yeah, so I took it out to my grandpa's for Father's Day today, and I let my family drive it. And I let someone drive it for like I let someone drive it for like 2 minutes, and he jammed it under a car and popped a pin out. I
Oh,
was able
that's
to
not
fix it
good.
because I brought all my tools with me, but
Right.
it was still fun though. But I need to buy more batteries because you just run through them so quick.
That's for sure.
Full throttle's too fun.
Hell yeah, it is. That's what you want, though, right? You want to go full throttle.
Yeah.
See, you want something to be able to take it all too. Like I need to mess with this a little bit more so I can be able to do that drifting and all that kind of thing. Actually, full throttle on it, because right now it's not like in the full throttle to slamming it back and then back full throttle again to try to get it sideways and everything.
Right.
So I've got to. I don't know if it's the ESC messing with it, if it's the just the motor itself, because again, like I said, that motor is meant for a helicopter, so it could be.
Right.
But
it's hard
I mean,
telling.
helicopter blades are meant to be going that. It just might not.
Oh yeah,
be.
helicopter blades go crazy, man.
So it might just not be the torque. Well,
Should be
this thing
pretty-
does weigh a bit, so it could just be that.
Might
I
be
don't know.
because helicopters don't weigh that much compared to
Yeah.
what some of these cars weigh.
If I remember right, though, it is a pretty good sized helicopter that motor does run, though, and it is the main shaft. Main
shaft
propeller or whatever,
rotor.
so
Right.
I wonder.
I mean, this thing's pulled. Shit, I loaded the trailer up with. It had the WL toys on the trailer, and I think 4 SCX 24s on the trailer as well. And
Really?
it pulled it
And
back
it
to
pulled
the
it?
house just fine. Oh yeah.
Wow.
And
That's
so that
nice.
was, but that had the Tegu, so it was on the Fury Tech Tegu,
Oh, I get that.
which
still.
did run better than the Castle I have in there now. But I think that's just because I don't have that programmed for this setup.
Oh, I got you.
I haven't really messed with it. I had a guy give it to me, and so it's been used, and I don't know what he had it programmed to, and I just haven't looked up how to program
settings on it.
Yeah.
Right.
I just know he had it set to where it can run 3S, and he said it should be able to run the motor I had. So I said, okay. And I hooked it all up.
Right.
It ran and does great. It just doesn't have I don't think the drag brakes on maybe, because you let off and it just tries to coast forward. And so, I mean, it's just got
But I have drag brakes set too high anyway.
Yeah. And for drifting. But I just need to. And then the suspension, I did have all-wheel steer, and so with the way I had the controller set up and everything, I just got to change around some more of the steering to make it steers more one way than the other. It's really shifty, so just got to do some fine-tuning to it to make it an optimal drift semi.
Looking forward to that, man.
I need to go buy another set of these wheels and tires for the trailer.
That's the thing with drifting. Them guys are going through tires left and right. I couldn't do it.
These aren't tires. This is solid 3D
Oh,
printed.
then you might be good.
Yeah. No, this thing wouldn't it. I've got video of this thing up on my YouTube. There were some of the first videos of this in some gravel drifting around. But it wouldn't do it on pavement. But with these tires now, on pavement, it's just slides all around. It's pretty fun. But I can't hold a drift very well. I can to the left a little bit, but to the right, it's sketchy. It just wants to flip around. So, yeah.
It's one thing I have not done yet. I have not entered that field. I don't want to enter that field.
The drifting?
Yeah. I already know where the monster truck's getting me at. And my wife's like, you know how much money you have in that thing? I'm like, no, I don't want to know. I don't keep track of that. Sorry.
Well, this is mostly a hauler. So the wheels and the drift tires should come off and they'll go on this eventually.
I seen you have that up earlier today. What is that?
So I tried to make a legit, I wanted it to tuck an actual C10 body. and so I tried narrowing axles. So I actually narrowed the housings just fine.
Really?
That's the front one anyway. But I couldn't get the shafts to. I tried welding shafts back together, and they weren't staying. I couldn't get weld to hold. Yeah, so I tried
The stock
gluing
steel?
with like,
The stock steel shafts that
yeah,
the
just
axles
stock
come
steel.
with?
Yeah, just the
Yeah,
stock steel
I gotcha.
shafts. And yeah, and this was early in my messing with these, and so it kind of got thrown away for a while. I made it back a crawler for a little while. Then it actually went back to just like this is actually a JC Concepts body, but
Was it the K10?
yeah. And so it's like the long bed. I don't really care for the way it looks. It's too disproportioned in my opinion. But like especially if you put it next to an actual C10 or whatever, the factory one. But yeah, this I put the 9,000. Oh, there it is, that motor. I put this motor in it. It's 9,500 kV Surpass rocket for a
The orange one.
Mini Z.
Uh-huh.
And I took the stock pinion gear and used it I took the stock size spur gear and used it as the pinion gear and used the Mofo
Nice.
tiny spur gear. And so I had this thing
Man.
completely stock and way high gear with the 905 or 9,500 kV. I think I was just running 2S. I don't think I had it on 3S. I don't
I
think
have
I
a
put the
question
TakeOver in it.
for Matt. I've got a question.
What's up?
For who?
You, Matt.
For me?
Yeah.
Oh, what's
so
up?
I want to build a monster truck build.
Oh, you're right.
Come to the right guy.
So
I was
yeah,
about to say, everybody's been asking me that, which is good. I'm okay with that.
yeah. So, like what, what's the like best chassis I guess or
Well,
like,
here's the
motors
thing.
and-
See, what I've got, all right. So I've got this Mofo printed chassis.
Mhm.
So this comes as a chassis, and that's all it is. It's two of these plates together. Okay.
Mhm.
That's all it is. Now, there's another company called Southwest Monster Trucks or Southwest Shop, which
Mhm.
Tony from CCXRC, if you look him up, which
Mhm.
are you familiar with him?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he's got the Mofo chassis and he's got Southwest Shop, RC, and then Fury Tech just recently released theirs,
Mhm.
which is the Fury Tech Rampart.
Yep.
So,
Oh, really?
the whole thing is with the monster truck scene, I mean, you can build
But
them
you
whatever
can't buy
way you
just the
want.
chassis.
What's that?
For the Rampart, you have to buy the whole thing,
That-
don't you? You can't just buy the chassis.
No. It comes with axles, links,
Yeah, but say you wanted to do
drive
your own,
shafts, and all that for $200 on the Rampart on
and
Fury
then
Tech.
300 gets you the motor and stuff, right?
That's through,
Or is that CCXRC?
well, CCXRC, you're looking at 4 something. Yeah. So if you want to go cheap, you can do 2 options. Okay. You got 2 options. You got a guy called Suspense RC. Well, actually 3. You got another guy. You got 3 people. You got Mofo on the 3D printed. You can get carbon fiber for 65 or $70, but this one's like $49. So that'll
Right.
get you in the door.
Mhm.
Then you got ACB printing on eBay, which is Camaro Yanko. I can't remember the other editions, but his are like between 40 and $45 for the chassis.
Mhm.
So then you got another guy on Etsy, which is what is his name? Etsy. His name is Suspense RC or Suspense Printing. And he sells the chassis, wheels, and that's it. You get wheels and tires, which his tires are, let me grab them. because I've got them. I tried them on here for a while until Mofo. So these are his tires and wheels that come with it. So, I mean, it all depends on, it's up to you what you want to spend. It's
So-
your budget on what you want to spend.
What
This
kind
is
of
a Mofo.
And so, what kind of motor and like ESC would you put in it, really?
What I've got running this is this is Mofo's chassis, 3D printed. This was before his carbon fiber chassis was released. Pretty much everything I have of Mofo's, I'll tell you guys, all of you guys, everything I've bought off of Mofo is like a week to 2 weeks before he released all of anything that was good. So, I mean, it was good stuff, but it was better stuff that he released. So I got like first versions of stuff.
I got the 3D printed
Exactly.
links, the 3D printed Gladiator links before he came
Right.
out, right before he came out with the brass ones.
Exactly.
3D printed Gladiator chassis or frame before he came out with right before he came out with the carbon fiber.
Oh,
Right,
I
that's
wait
like
now,
me.
dude.
Yeah, it's like once he comes out 3D printed, it's like, okay, cool. I know what to expect. Like I know what to wait
Right.
for.
Now I know what it is. And then, I go ahead and order it, and then I get it together, start getting stuff figured out, and then like a week and a half, 2 weeks later, hey, I'm gonna release that in carbon fiber. Ah, shit.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, why didn't you do that? But what runs my monster truck right now as it sits, which it's over the top, literally. This is Mofo's printed 3D chassis, which he completely leaves it up to you where you want to put things. You got these little panels and these little, if you can see them, you got these little plates that you can put wherever you want. He pretty much leaves it up to you. Now the dual shocks, that is sold separately. He has a mount that goes directly for these, for one.
So, do you just like buy like 2 sets of double barrels?
That's what I did. I bought 2 sets of double barrels, but this chassis comes, if I have it up here, if I didn't put it.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Smooth as silk.
It does
Oh,
come.
nice.
It does come with the double
Adapter?
mount.
Okay.
It does come with it, so
Okay.
it's there in the bag for when you're able to do it. Now, in order to build this, what I did was I bought the chassis, and then basically everything from an SEX 24, which a lot of people have been debating on this for I don't even know how long.
Keep the worm gears.
That everybody SEX 24 axles or RGT axles or Enduro 24 axles, or it's totally up to you. I have right now current in here the Mofo 30% overdrive axles.
Okay.
And they give me my free will. That's where we're all after, is that free will with the monster trucks.
Yep.
So they will give you that free will. But basically, if you part out, if you have axles, links, and
what motor did you say you'd use in it again?
I have a Godzilla.
Okay.
What is a FuryTech 4000 kV. I run this thing on 3S.
And what's the price on that? I haven't looked into the Godzilla.
And the ESC.
The FuryTech? No, that's the ESC I run as a Lizard Pro.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is what you're gonna pretty much want to run on any.
Pretty much what you want to run on everything, because even Nick with like Sinister, you have the 4100 BAM.
Yeah, that's what's in this one.
Which is the other option to run on the monster trucks. So
and
it kind of
has
depends.
the plug-in for the FuryTech. So if you want to run something other than a FuryTech, you're having to cut and solder. Or
did you guys
I don't know
see
if you make some plug-in.
Did you guys see the last Mofo live stream? He was saying something about the big block motor. You don't have to change out your ESC or something.
You don't have to change. You don't have to change out your motor plate for the side, because he's got in this cutout in this chassis. He's got a cutout. He's got a large cutout in this chassis. If I remove this header, you'll see a large cutout. This is like this large. So you're able to run his big block if you want to. This was re-released before that big block, so he was able to put his big block in here and not have clearance issues.
Because
Real
it's
quick,
the
Mike.
same as a P90, right? It's basically the same
Supposed to
case
be.
size.
Yeah,
My phone's
supposed
about
to
to
be.
die. I gotta go. Sorry.
All right. Later, Peyton.
Thanks for coming, man.
Thanks for
Later,
stopping
Peyton.
in.
So yeah, if you get all that stuff, Peyton, you'll be good.
So while we were doing that, I got this bad boy meshed
Mocked
on there.
up.
Yeah,
Oh,
There
yeah.
you go.
she's all
what's
clocked,
up.
ready to rock with the the bulletproof. Yeah, this thing's gonna be a ripper, dude.
There
I'm
you
gonna be
go. That's
breaking.
what you want.
Go ahead.
That's what you want, man. You want the Ripper.
Yeah. It kind of clears. It clears enough. It kind of rubs a little bit on the top of the transmission housing. So it's kind of cattywampus a little bit.
Oh.
Not like rubs, but it's smushing into the back of the top of the tranny. Fuck it. Run
There
until
you
it
go.
blows up.
Right,
Exactly.
It'll clearance if it needs to.
Yeah. Yeah. You going by yourself?
Yeah, I've been definitely looking into getting an actual chassis for this one.
Oh,
Instead
the
of just
mofo
the-
chassis? Or any
I don't
of the
know.
chassis
I've
anyway?
been looking at some of the 3D printed ones online, of course.
Mhm.
But just need to get the pinion angles a lot better.
Yep.
There's a lot
Especially
of guys
up towards the front. The drive shaft's coming way down. Yeah, they're all like,
Yeah, yeah, exactly. The links mainly take care of that. You know, if you get the monster truck chassis, it's pretty well angled up enough that it pretty well pitches the pinion angles a lot better than what.
Well, I think it's
It
just
can be.
more the way that it drops the motor and everything down that makes the body mount up higher and has.
Oh, I got you.
You know, I guess I could just get a higher body mount, but then you just see a weird frame sticking out and then nothingness. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right, I get what you're saying.
and so, but yeah, so that's the main thing, I guess, with the chassis, because having the
I mean,
belly up so high on this,
Mhm.
the drive shafts, there's too much of an angle. I'm sure that's partially causing pinion problems, and
Yeah. Well, the other thing that I've done, even with this 30%, I've ran into a little bit of issue. I've had to throw in O-rings in this for this to run smooth.
Mm-hmm.
No, like mid throttle, it would kind of stop. It'd kind of click and it kind of like stop.
Hey.
So I had to shim up some of the pinion gear in order for that to not do that.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it's the axle shafts that I'm running or what, but I had to mess with it a little bit in order to get it to run without kind of catching.
It's crazy, even, spinning everything by hand, making sure. And
Right.
It's like, oh, it's all great. You put it all
Yeah,
together
it's all
and you actually
good.
run it. And it's like, where is that coming from? How,
Exactly.
And you're taking the truck and just barely running it as you're flipping it all around,
Exactly. You're like, no, it ain't doing this now. Why the hell is it doing this on the ground?
Yeah.
What is this coming from? Exactly what you're talking about.
Well, and then that was like, I was talking about the this blue one here and making it super fast with that 9500 kV. So I did all that and it was great, and I made that video and everything. It's super fast, but it wasn't stable. I couldn't keep it on the ground. It was because it was all stock. Yeah, it's stock shock,
Right.
stock. But it was just stupid fast. But so I had the Gladiator, which had 4mm extended axles with the RC 4-wheel drive flip stamp steels, so it was wider, lower, had a little bit of weight, but not much. It just had like a brass diff cover and brass wheel weights.
Right.
And so I put that in there. So just that little bit of extra weight added to it, that
Changed
motor
the
wouldn't
whole
turn.
thing
It
of it.
wouldn't. Yeah. And so I put some different tires on without the wheel weights, and it would turn the tires. But then again, I think it was just the added weight of actually having the rest of the stuff on the Gladiator. It wouldn't do it. You put it on the ground and like, and just barely, barely want to go after
Barely get
cogging
after it.
forever. Yeah. So I had some videos of it upside down, and I had just the old, what tires were those? The Wranglers. And there's some of the first set I got, I actually glued on some stock wheels, and I had it on upside down. And I mean, it ballooned those. They didn't like balloon them out, but it got them to grow a little bit. Like,
got them to grow up.
But yeah, you put it on the ground and it wouldn't do anything.
Right.
And
that's
so
the thing that sucks.
But I wanted to try to make it on worm gears. I wanted to see how fast I can get one on worm gears. So, like, I already think this thing's almost faster than the truck with the BAM in it. If I put it on 3S, I bet this thing will definitely skew.
I tell you what, right here, man, 30%. That is where you're at.
I got the 14 T's in this one right now. But you also got to remember how much I'm already so much of a taller gear.
That's true.
Like it's got the the race setup with that stupid small spur gear on it.
Right,
and,
that is true. I forget about that.
24 tooth pinion.
Just kick it up to 30% and see what happens.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So, what are the 14 teeth? The Enduro 14. What percentage is that? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I don't know if it's same as Trio's 14 because that's what I had in this was the Trio 14s.
It would be the same, I'd imagine, but it's 14 tooth.
I would think.
How many tooth is the Mofo? The 30%.
I'm not sure. I can pull this apart.
No, don't pull it apart. You can look. I can look.
Oh,
it up
it's all
online
good.
Later.
It's not. It ain't gonna take me that long because I got a speed bit, dude. I don't do this crap by hand, man.
Oh, I need to get my battery went dead in mine. I need to get it either. Find if I can
I don't
replace
do
it or
this
just
crap
find
by
another
hand,
one.
man. I do this all by freaking. I got a DeWalt drill with my speed bit, so yeah, I don't do anything by hand. When I'm pulling stuff apart. Let's see.
Walmart thing, but the battery crapped out on it.
Let's see what this gear says.
What up, Texoma?
There we go. Rear cover is coming off just that quick. That's why I do that. That's so much easier. Oh, damn it. I got to pull tires. That's all good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. Here's a bag full of screws from different hardware stores.
There you go. You always got to have extra screws, man. You never know when you're honestly going to need them.
It's always a good idea.
Oh, man. I have used so many screws. It ain't even funny.
I don't know what I'd use them for, but maybe
you'll figure it out.
Right. I'll have it.
You use them that one time you're like, oh, I need that.
Right? Yeah. Exactly.
I'll have as much screws as I do Mofo stickers.
Hey, there you go.
There you go.
That's all screws.
Nice.
That's one bag. That is one bag.
I don't even bag mine up anymore.
Was that
I
all
do
Mofo
because
stickers?
I got a
is
magnetic
Mofo
tray here
screws
just
and
full of crap.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's
did you guys?
Thing. You will... Go ahead.
Do you guys know anybody else who got one of these Enora F-150 bodies? They kind of suck.
Endora?
Yeah.
I think there's a guy called TJ RC.
I tried with this thing, but I don't know.
Does it not work too well on clearances, or is it just crap all the way around?
My shit's 5.5 inches wide, and it's still not wide enough. I'd have to pintail.
Wide enough?
It's too wide. My truck is 5 5/8 from end of tire to end of tire, and it's still wanting to rub.
Really?
Yeah, so I'd have to pintail it. I've already cut more than I should have out of it.
Hey, sometimes that happens, man. Hopefully, you know,
Yeah.
when you're cutting stuff like that, you're thinking that hopefully you're going to have clearances, but you never know. So you just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, you just keep going till it looks something like that, you know, and you don't really have much of a body
Right.
left at all. And
Exactly.
I got a couple of those. Man. Dude, the first
It's one
3
of them
months were
things.
the best months.
It's one of them things where you just keep going, and then you're like,
that's-
okay, well, that's good enough.
And that's why this is now
Hopefully.
a monster truck.
Right.
This is a replica of my daily driver truck, like same color, everything, GMC 1500. And so I wanted to build that out of these. Well, this was already a model kit that I had built years ago. And so when I started getting into the 24, it's like, oh, I want to make, you know, a replica of mine.
Right.
So I started to do it, but then realized that the scale wasn't exactly 20 foot. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, okay, mine's not a huge, you know, mud truck looking truck. It looks pretty much stock. And so I tried to not trim so much, and that didn't go so well. And then now it's a monster truck.
Right.
I came so close to pulling the trigger on that when he came out with that new LMT or whatever monster truck when he did. I was so close. But I'm right balls deep in all this shit. I don't need to be buying anything else.
Okay, Sinister, to answer your question, I just
what do we
got this out. Okay, I got it out, and it reads 2 to 12.
Oh, so it's probably a 12T.
2 to 12 is what it's telling me right now.
Huh.
And that's what it says. I don't know if you guys can read that or not. Probably not.
I believe you.
It's all good.
Oh, yeah.
2 to 12.
Okay, so yeah, that would definitely be faster than a 14T.
Yeah. So that's what I just yanked out. So
Definitely
that's what's running
that
it.
in there.
Yeah,
now,
it's pretty damn quick.
If I can only get him to make me one of those in a pass-through for the semi here.
Yeah, that'd be all right, wouldn't you?
The only problem with that is I'd probably be the only one to buy one.
It's all good, though.
Right.
I mean, at least you'd have it. Then you could be able to run it.
You got it in your stable.
I know I can weld the pass-throughs together, though. Like the semi on this one is, I actually welded the two worm gears together, or the shaft. The
oh,
end
you
shaft
didn't get
off
the Atlas? You didn't get the Atlas pass-through?
No, and I also did not get the Mofo pass-through either. Not on the semi. I did that all myself. It's completely stock. The rock hopper 6x6 I got.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on. It has the
I wasn't
Mofo
sure.
pass-through.
I got you. I wasn't sure if you bought the Atlas pass-through or the Mofo pass-through or anything like that.
It's all just modified stock stuff.
Really? Well, that's even better for you then. You know what you're doing.
Yeah. Like even the link setup and everything.
Uh-huh. It's all welded up?
No, most of it's just screwed together.
Oh, I get you.
The semi kit has its own frame that's actually the perfect width and everything, and so all came together and just run the links up to the top of the frame, and then the lower links actually run to the bottom of the other rear axle.
Really?
Yeah, and then like on this 6.5, except for one came apart, but all four links actually just run to the rear axle. So both rear axles are just basically attached to each other.
That's a hell of a deal, man.
Seems to work just fine, so.
Well, that's the main thing, right?
Yeah.
As long as it works.
The only thing on like this, the rock hopper one, is that, like, as you can see now, I ripped that shock out, that mounting tab and everything. Well, maybe you can't see, but did all that because it gets to such a point where it binds the drive shafts up with this
Which is a
rear-
major problem with these things. Binding.
Yeah. So it
I figured that
binds
out.
that up, and then it twisted it too much and just ripped that shock mount out. And then as soon as it did that, it broke the drive shaft and a whole bunch of other things.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's
Yep.
all just
Then
kind of
other things go right along with it.
flopping there right now. But
It's all good.
so that's one to get fixed, and working on Bucky, and need the gears.
You say Bucky?
Yeah, Bucky. My little two-door Bronco.
Oh, I've seen
Right.
that.
I just
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
that video.
So putting extended axles in it, but I already had this rear differential laying around that had a 4mm extended axle shafts in it. So I was like, yeah, I'll just throw that one in and not have to tear one apart. And
There you go.
so I did that, but forgot it was modified. So I cut the shock risers off so that it could actually go lower in a belly dragger I made. And then you just screw the shocks on down lower. Well, I put the mantis links on, so now where the shocks screw in would interfere with the mantis links. So I didn't think about that until I would go to put the shocks in and realize,
So you put
I
it
don't have
together.
I don't have a place to mount my shocks now. So
Right.
I've got to take that one back apart, find, So that's where that one was.
One thing.
A quick little, hey, I'm just going to flip these axles out real quick, and no.
Exactly.
So.
Yep, been there, done. I mean, you put things together, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, that's not right. How is
Put them
that?
together, take them apart, break something.
Definitely.
That poor C10, my first 24. Oh man, its first 3 months of life were not. I was manhandling it, screwing shit too tight. Okay, it ran.
That's the bad part. You know, when you go from 10 scale or 8 scale to these, it's really irritating not to screw things too tight.
Yeah. Rip
I
tires.
I work on 1-to-1s every day, so like full scale.
Yeah. I come home and you're like, snap.
It's like,
Exactly. See, I don't work on 1-to-1s anymore. I work on stuff that's like way bigger than that. I work for a company, Sinister. You may know the company from being from Kansas. I work for X-Line Inc.
Okay. I don't think I do.
We work on natural gas compression engine components. So we work on stuff. Yeah, we work on natural gas compression stations, power generation stations. We work on all the power cylinders. What's up?
You work on like whole facilities.
Basically, a natural gas engine that I worked on one time, actually going to their facility like 10 years ago. I've been with this company 11 years. So one company one place they flew me to, Detroit, Michigan, to work on an engine. It was estimated to be $1.3 million to rebuild this engine. And it took a year and a half to rebuild this engine.
Dang.
And this engine spun at 600 RPM maximum and made around between 8 and 10,000 horsepower, depending on where the turbos were set.
And just huge pistons, like just a massive engine all around.
12 and a half.
Damn.
12 and a half on the cylinders. And it was a V16 twin turbo. The turbo inlets were 14 and a half inches, and they spin at 138 pounds of boost.
Dang. That's a lot of boost.
The timing chain was basically like 4 quads, quad bikes. It was basically
just
4 of
big
those
old
links
thick.
together.
Damn.
Yeah. 4 of those links together. They were individual links. That was their timing chain.
And it's so crazy. Like you see some, and then like so you see that, you know, but then you look at some of the motor or the engines and stuff that like are
Right.
powering some of the ships that are out on sea and stuff, and it's like
That's
holy,
basically what
you know?
some of this stuff is.
Yeah,
Literally.
it's crazy.
I mean, we just last year we had somebody had a crankshaft problem and had to pull the crankshaft. It took 6 months to get to the point of pulling the crankshaft out of one of these engines.
Oh, shit.
Tearing
So you
everything
love-
down and tearing everything apart.
You absolutely
6
love
months.
coming home and being able to tear something down and completely rebuild it in a few hours. Just
Exactly.
RCs,
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, not weeks on end for
Yep.
tearing something apart.
I used to do
See, I
custom
don't
cars.
do that anymore. I don't deal with that. I did that for a year, but I'm in the main shop. I bore out all their power cylinders. So I run a boring machine, which is a 25-foot, 5-inch boring bar. On this boring machine, I could bore up to something upwards of 80 inches long, upwards of 34 inches in diameter, inside diameter.
Okay.
It's all cast iron, so it's all nasty stuff.
Yeah, so you don't want to be breathing.
Well, it's okay. It just you come home black. You come home black. That's all.
Yeah,
And
it's
most
just like
some of these
polishing.
engines.
Like when you polish that you get all that black,
Well, it depends.
that kind of stuff.
Some of these things are four. Here's the kicker. Some of these things are 4 cycles. Some of them are 2 cycle.
For
So
the
that's the other kicker.
for the ignition.
4 cycle, 2 cycle engines.
So the 2 cycle is going to be pumping out a whole bunch of crap.
Yeah, the 2 cycles are the big boys. That's the big engines. The 4 cycles are the small ones.
Oh, really?
Smaller. Yeah. The biggest 2 cycle that
I
we
guess that
work
makes
on.
sense because there's less power going away in a 2 cycle. More of it's being used.
The biggest 2 cycle that we work on, that I've actually worked on, is a 20-inch bore cylinder. And it's 45 inches tall. That's just the power cylinder itself.
Yeah.
And these power cylinders, they have anywhere between 5 and 7 rings, piston rings in their ring set.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to imagine snapping one of those piston rings on.
It's wild, dude. We have vice grips. We have literally vice grips welded on basically an oversized expander to install piston rings and remove piston rings. We basically have 2 vice grips installed on a expander, an oversized expander, and you just lock them down and then you just squeeze.
Let's go for it.
That's all you do. They're like 1/4-inch rings, literally. They measure it like 248 thousandths, 242 thousandths. So they're close to 1/4 of an inch rings.
And
Thickness.
so I'm assuming they got cams and all that stuff that you've got to set everything, to make sure all the clearance is right and everything. Do you have to do like the putty test or whatever and all that and make sure
I'll tell you this.
all in tolerance?
I'll tell you this. We have 30 thousandths of clearance between the piston and the liner and the rings. 30 thousandths.
Huge parts, and it's got to be that close.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, hell, a crankshaft, there's a company that does crankshafts down in Texas, Corpus Christi, Texas. For them to straighten a crankshaft from a customer that we had, for them to they had a problem with their crankshaft, and for them to straighten it or cut it in half or anything like that, we're looking at $1.5 million for the crankshaft. It's 38 foot long, 25 tons.
That's crazy. That's some expensive stuff.
Definitely. So, yeah, I went from 1-to-1 to stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
One
pretty
to
wild.
whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And then I go from the 24th. So, yeah, it's been quite an experience. Go from that to 24. You know, you use every day a 3/4 inch ratchet to, you know, a 0.5 millimeter driver. It's a little bit different.
How good Doug is to raise.
Exactly. I mean, we don't even use wrenches. We use ratchets with 4-foot cheater pipes on them. That's what we use.
Oh yeah, because that impact probably won't take some of that stuff off.
No, and then we've actually got a what the hell is it? A pneumatic power gun in order for torque specs.
Oh, okay.
Because some of our torque specs, like the engine that I got flew to, which was in Detroit, Michigan, that I spent 6 months in the winter with. Not thankfully, but I was there. I was making a crap ton of money. I was working 7 days a week, 12-hour shifts. So
Hey, you gotta
I was making a
support those
crap ton of
hobbies,
money.
you know.
Well, that was even before all this stuff.
Sure you had other hobbies.
But yeah, I did at that time. But our torque spec for the heads, it was in 4 sequences. We had a pneumatic torque gun, and to torque, here's the thing. I'm going to run this through you since you know 1-to-1. We did it in 4 sequences, 5 head studs or 6 head studs. The head studs themselves, okay, were 28 inches long, 1 3/4. Solid. Torque specs on that was 2,500 foot-pounds.
Oh, dang. I don't know if
And it
I'd
was
be
a
able to get it to
V16.
that.
So we had to torque 6 head studs and 4 torque specs, 16 V16 in those many specs. It took 6 hours to torque all the heads.
Damn.
Literally.
I can believe it. That's a
So
lot.
it was torque spec to like 25 something, 2560, I think it was the final torque spec on those.
Damn.
Yeah, that's what I work
Kilo
with. So going to this is way different.
Yeah. Yeah, just gotta remember not as tight.
Yeah,
But it's
exactly.
a lot. I love being able to tear it down and put it right back together, you know, and just
Definitely. But see, the thing with that engine up in Michigan that I got sent to, it took 1.5 years. So we tore an engine down in 6 months, and it took us another year to put it back together.
well, putting it back together is always the hard part. Tearing it down is easy.
Right.
I'm ready
Because then you got
right now.
Yeah.
you got all these gas companies. Because see, we are actually contracted through the natural gas companies. So some of these guys are union, some of these guys are non-union. You know, some of these guys have safety criteria and meetings that we have to go to, and they have certain specs that they have to have certain parts at. And this ended up being one of those pain in the rear ends that, you know, here's the specs and this is what we do. This is what it is. So it's like, okay, well, when we torque the heads and then check the clearances, well, it ended up being too much. So guess what? We had to pull them all back off and then deck the block. So the block ended up getting decked. And then we put everything back together. I personally installed. Yes. you don't have, somebody that just, you send that kind of engine block
Well, yeah, and
to
that's like not something you just take off and then just do it there. Yeah, you got to send that out, and that's a huge
no,
block, and
you
like,
have to send you have to have a machine shop that is mobile in order to deck the block there. So we had to deck the block there, which was
gotcha.
our company, had to send up a machine crew to deck the block in order for
So
their
it's
clearances to be
easier to move
correct.
the equipment to the block than it is to move the block to the equipment.
Exactly. You don't
That's
take apart that
crazy.
motor from anywhere. I mean, these things have foundations on them, concrete foundations that are withstand 30 to 50 tons for foundation of concrete. We're talking between 18 and 26 inches thick of foundation under these engines
Damn.
of concrete.
That's a lot of foundation.
That is a lot of foundation.
Just for an engine.
Right. And some of these engines do come off of ships, and they use them in pumping stations to attach to compressor stations.
Oh, it's just like just out at the farm, That old
Pretty much.
truck's wore out, the tranny's gone out. Ah, but the engine's still good, right? Yeah, go throw it out there.
Exactly. Hook it up.
Yeah, go
hook it up to an ag station.
Yep. Get us some water pumping,
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah, same concept, just on a lot bigger scale.
Oh yeah, definitely. We're talking rod journals that are, 4 and 5 inches. Yeah,
That's crazy.
it's a whole different scale. We're valve springs like 3/8 to 5/8 thick. Some of them. Valves.
You could fit one of these just in any part of the engine,
Oh yeah, easy. Easy. We're talking valves that are 2-3 inches for intake valves.
That's crazy, man.
2.5 to 3.5 inches for intakes.
Sorry.
What happened?
You okay over there?
I need to put my best servo mount ever back on.
Those are always good, man.
Mm-hmm.
I've got
I
several
know,
of them.
I know I got a couple too. I've been running these little ones, but now if I move, see, it's gonna end up binding in my steering. I just put these on, and it looks like it's gonna be too far back. No, maybe not. It sure is tucked underneath the servo, though.
Well, see, the good thing about that best mount servo over, you can move it wherever you want, wherever you need it to be.
I could pull this spacer out, the headlight bracket that he gives us, and that would push it back, but then I'm just going to run into my 4-link.
We'll move it forward one screw hole.
I got to put that back on if I'm going to do that.
Oh, he's not running the...
Yeah, I took it off.
Oh, I got you.
Last time I was messing with it. It's here. I didn't know if that would be a good idea or a bad idea, so I did.
Are you worried about the arm hitting the servo itself?
I think it'll come up, but it's only going to be able to go on there one way. Like from behind, I'd have to pull the servo off and then hook up everything and then put the servo back on. It's not a big deal.
Oh, but are you worried about the actual steering link hitting the servo when you turn one way or the other? Or are you just worried about it
making contact with the actual mount?
Yeah.
I think the servo's gear, I think that the servo altogether is pushed too far forward in the mount. And if I go to put the other one back on, I can push it back, but then I'm only going to be able to push it back Not even the width of my, what is it, a 0.5 thing here. So,
Oh, before you hit your links.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I don't want to have to cut this one up. That's why I took it off.
Do you have room to go up?
Yeah, it's like it wants. This is so far tucked underneath there. I bet I can run it like that. I just got to pull it all off, get it on there. I think that it would bind right here.
Oh,
All you can do is try.
Yeah.
I mean, if
like
it binds, then move it. If it doesn't bind, then it might be okay.
it looks like it's.
Yeah,
gonna
it takes
work.
time. It takes time to take all that crap apart and put it back together and all that. But at least then you would figure out your clearances. Unfortunately, I've
I
had to
only
do
want
that.
to have to put it back together once.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, right. Huh?
right. Exactly.
So
Some
what
of them
server are
things
you
are like,
running?
yeah.
I'm running the old school black labels, man.
Ah,
Oh, the
okay.
Mofo Black cables.
Yeah, I bought those
That's what's
when
up.
back in the day when there was only like 2 pages worth of stuff on there.
Oh, I got you.
And I'm like, ooh, that sounds cool. I have no idea.
Right.
Just like the
None of
best
us have
Swedish
any
circuit
idea
board.
anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. But that started it all. That was the beginning
I
of
got
the
you.
end. Because by steering, it's all sloppy. I didn't realize that you could just put some spacers in it, tighten it up.
Right.
So I'm
Some you
like,
can,
I
some
got
you
it.
can't.
Yeah, I just gonna put a huge servo on it and break shit. But no, these servos, dude, I swear by them. I don't have a whole lot of hours on these. Every time I get them running, I gotta blow them all apart again.
Well, that's not fun.
I don't have to, but I want to.
Yeah.
Chris
It's like,
sent
okay,
me.
let's test something else.
Yeah, man. I mean, what else do I do? I got to get my garage back in order. This has been a mess for months. Oh, well. It's all fun and games till your wife leaves here, right?
I wouldn't have that issue.
No. Got my doggo.
Yeah.
What you doing, baby?
Puppy.
Little Leo.
Leo? Oh, yeah.
What's up? The wife issue?
Oh, I don't remember. I said something about my wife going to divorce me or something.
Oh. Nah.
Leo puppy.
No, see, because I'm 2 years sober, so this hobby is helps me with
Your relief.
gives me something to do, and
Oh, yeah,
Right.
man.
Gives you relief from it, from whatever you were doing.
got alcohol.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, so I've been sober almost 2 years. September.
Awesome.
So I've been in the hobby
good.
for about 2 years now.
Hell
That's
yeah,
good.
man.
I mean, that you switched
That's
from
awesome.
that to this. That's good.
Yeah, for sure. I had
You
a
get
really
to see this money grow into stuff.
I had a really
Exactly.
good job for a year, and I was buying 8 scales and 10 scales and cool ones and fast ones and crawlers. And then I lost that job, and now I can't afford to mess with any of it.
Yeah.
Hey, it takes time, man. It
So
takes
I got
time.
these guys.
Hey, these are really good. These
Yeah,
are way
sure.
less expensive than that stuff.
I'm not
But I know that
way
feeling.
less.
The big ones just sit back there.
It was way less until you start doing things like this. You start buying Castle and
Yeah.
these. This thing's cool. I can't wait to break into this. Chris was telling me about it. Good thing. Chris Zuwally, you guys know him, right?
Oh,
This Fly Sky. So I can run all my shit on one and I don't have to pack around so much stuff.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, new remotes are always nice. Especially now you could probably, with that, I bet you can run rear steer a lot easier too.
Yeah, I was looking into that too. And see, like I said, once I get this one fixed, I want to put rear steer on it and blow it all apart again.
See, you need the rear steer. How many channels are on that controller?
I think I can run everything I got. I got 7.
Well,
Seven.
not like spots or whatever, but like actual selectability channels, like switches.
Oh. I don't know.
Like so, like your factory one's like well, that one's a 4-channel. Your factory V2 is a 4-channel, so you got 2 extra switches other than your steering and your throttle.
So I got channel 3 trim, DR plus. I don't know, man. I haven't messed with it yet.
Ah, okay. Because yeah, you could probably run all different or multiple stuff off it. Like this one's got a rear servo adjustable ride height.
What?
So that
dope.
So I mean, if you have multiple channels on there, you can run all sorts of stuff, you know. So you can get it as crazy as you want.
I want to do a tow truck, man. Like a legit hookup tow truck that's all crazy rock crawler. But
That would be badass. A nice little chain hanging off the back and everything.
yeah, like an actual, like, because they have them in like Moab and shit.
The servo winch. Get you a little servo winch to run the chain and actually be able to hook them up. And
yeah, for sure.
And so with that Fly Sky, you could probably do all that. Because I'm sure you can do a stock too. Just finding the way to wire it all in. But I bet it's a lot easier with that Fly Sky.
Right. I don't know. I have big ambitions. This was supposed to be a sand rail, but Nick sent me this free ugly chassis, so I threw it on there.
Oh, yeah.
Sent me 2 of them. I ordered 1 and got 3.
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah.
A plastic printed one. This aluminum's one of the ugly ones that have been used or whatever. Needed to be cleaned up.
Oh, yeah.
I think he called zero fucks given. Those things he calls them. It's like the $10 brushless motors that are on his website because they may be all fucked up.
Haven't seen those, I guess.
Yeah, they're on there somewhere. There they were.
Oh, yeah.
Got me some T-plugs to run all this shit off of. Got my 3S mofo battery around here somewhere.
That's what I need to do is get some more plugins.
Sorry, I had to put my boy to bed. Had to
you're all
out
good.
for a little bit.
You have a good Father's Day?
Oh, not bad. I didn't do a whole lot, which is really nice.
Right, that's what it's supposed to be.
That's really nice to not do certain, things of aspects of every weekend or everyday things that you do.
Adulting.
You just kind of lounge around the house. Yeah, pretty much.
It's like I'm just gonna lay here.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you just hang. It's been nice. It's really been nice. My wife's like, just hang out. Don't do a whole lot like what you usually do. Just kind of take it easy. I'm like, okay.
I can do that.
Right?
Yeah. You asked for it. You got it.
Oh, not bad.
That you do, Jim. That you do. Jim says he's got a big rig model kit tow truck he's waiting to build.
Jim's got too many freaking model kits to build, dude. Jim is like the model kit master.
Dude, his styrene work is
Somebody
amazing.
will pop off a model kit and be like, oh yeah, I got that somewhere around here. It's like, really, Jim? Man.
Now, I can kind of do that with Gundam model kits, but not RC model kits or car model kits anyway.
Car model kits, yeah.
Most of mine are built in boxes somewhere.
Yeah.
Did you say Gundam?
Mm-hmm.
I got you.
Yeah, the robot fighting.
Right.
Like, so I did car models all when I
Mhm.
was younger. And one 4th of July, I was out with my nephews looking for something to blow up. Went to the hobby store. Saw one of these. I thought it was put together. I didn't know I was buying a model. It was one of the cheaper ones.
I got you.
And so I was like, and it wasn't even an actual gun. It was like one of the off-brand, branched, whatever.
Mhm.
So I put this thing together, and I was amazed with how it just all snapped together. Everything moved. I was like, dude, this took like no time, and it is a posable action figure. Like, I was just
Awesome.
astounded with the
That's even
mechanics
better.
of it.
Right.
And I was like, this is one of the like $15 ones. Like, I mean, like, I don't even know if it was 15. I think it was like $12. They have them that range all the way up to thousands of dollars. So,
Jeez.
like, I think, yeah, I think some of the, well, thousands maybe reaching a little bit. I
Right.
think the max maybe about 1,000.
But still, a pretty
But yeah,
good
it's-
amount of money.
Yeah. And so I think the most I've got one is like 200 and something. But yeah, they
That's what's
LED
up.
kits that go in
That's pretty
them,
cool.
like all sorts of armor transformations. But that's what I was into before I got into the RCs.
RC.
Or
I
back
got you.
back
You gotta
into
start
the
somewhere.
RCs.
Before you sold
Yeah.
your soul.
Yeah. Well, the gun, like, as much as I'm into the RCs, I was into the Gundams. So I mean, that
I
got
got
pretty
you.
big.
So it's just
but
kind of a trade-off.
a little bit. I haven't quite traded the other one yet for it. So
Oh, you
it's
still
more of
build
just
them?
an add-on.
Have you seen recently, I think it was in the last year, that China built the world's first Gundam
Oh yeah,
robot
that actually moved and
that actually does everything?
oh yeah, I
And it's
saw
like
that.
40 or 50 feet tall or something like that.
Yeah, they got them in Japan everywhere. Like actual, like they're. It's not like that's a legit 1-to-1.
Yeah, that's the legit
They had
one.
it actually like it's. Granted, it doesn't move on its own. It's attached to this big like building
Right.
thing. Like, but yeah, it actually like walks out, and, like bends down,
That
and all
thing's
this kind of stuff.
crazy, dude.
And so just like the SCX 24s, like, but so over in Japan, Gundam is basically Star Wars here. So as big as Star
Yeah,
Wars is over
I
here,
got you.
that's Gundam in Japan. Like, I mean, it's huge over there.
I
Well,
got
as you
you.
can tell, they build freaking robots.
That makes
you know,
sense.
like-
Yeah,
and
exactly. I mean, they build robots the size
Yeah.
of freaking skyscrapers.
and so, oh, I can't even remember where I was going. Oh yeah, so they had the
You're good.
Olympics over there, or whatever, and they were doing that crawling thing, and like one of the big news companies called it a transformer. And oh, you should have been on those pages that day, man. It was
Oh,
everybody.
man,
Well,
they probably
that's
went
not a
nuts.
transformer.
Nerds are just freaking out,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh yeah. Hey man, we're all nerds in our own hobbies.
Right?
That's what I meant by that.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, you're good.
Well, that's what I love about like the just going into all different hobbies. Like, is
It's
no
all
matter.
different phases.
Oh yeah, and like as much as you think it's like, well, why would just like even looking at like chicks and doing their makeups and stuff like that, it's like, well, why would they get so much into that? It's like, dude, like look at some of the
Right.
stuff we collect, like
Exactly.
who's to judge any of it, Like I got a wall of Hot Wheels behind me
Definitely.
that are all Pontiacs mostly, like just certain niches, and it's like, who's to tell why we like what we like, like. We like it.
Exactly. Why do we go to the level that we do? There's a reason why we go to the level that we do. For
Yeah.
reasons.
It's like I could have put all this money into an actual car and had something badass, and I have the complete capabilities to do that. But it's like,
right.
I do that every day.
Why?
I can do this here in AC, like
Exactly.
and
you
be
can
just
do this
and have
and
just as much
have a
fun
small
as
scale.
yeah. And then if I do that with a car, I know exactly what's going to happen. I'm gonna go back out on the street and lose my license again. Like, I mean, yeah, you just get a whole bunch of trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
You know the repercussions
yeah,
in order
exactly.
for
I've been
this
there,
to
done that. Like,
exactly. I'm the same way, man.
yeah. So
I've
like,
done that when I was 14,
so
14,
just
15. My mom decided to give me a fast car when I was 14, 15. Lost my license at 17, and it took me 15 years to get it back. So I'm like, no, I'm done with that
Yep.
crap.
Yeah, I think it was 20. I think when I was 27 is when I finally reached the point that I had a driver's from the age of 16 that I had a driver's license
Exactly.
longer than I didn't have one.
Exactly. And that's where you're at the point where like, okay, this ain't fun
Yeah.
no more. This
I
sucks.
know. I
I
hate
gotta
driving
do this
around always
every
like, am I going to
day.
get pulled over? Like, even though I still do that
Right.
now, but
Yeah. It's
yeah,
just one of them things that gets in your brain. You're like, okay, is this going to work or is this not going to work today?
Got it. Not a
You
problem.
got it?
Got her.
All right.
Oh, it does it, right?
Nice. Are you all good?
Yeah. If it rubs, it's not enough to mess with it.
There you go. That's where you need to be, man.
That's the attitude you need with these things, huh?
That's what you need right there. If it ain't going to mess with anything right now, then it is perfectly fine.
Yup.
Right. If I try to tear into it to make it perfect, I'm going to mess something up.
Nah, don't do that because these
Yeah.
things are not perfect.
So, complete front half. You guys got me working on this, by the way, so thank you.
Oh,
Good.
hell yeah.
That's awesome.
Got the front half, got the motor meshed, got the
Awesome.
new links on. The
Oh,
rear
yeah.
Congratulations. Hell yeah. Congratulations, man.
I'm ready to start slapping this pig together, I think.
There you go. Keep
Do
going.
it.
That's all you can do is just keep going forward. And if you hit a speed bump, then overcome that speed bump and try and figure it out. That's
Oh,
all you can
sound, that sound is like
do. Right, Sinister? We've all been there. We're like, okay, is this going to work? Hopefully this works. So we just keep going and going until we end up
Either it works or it
powering the
doesn't.
thing up. And then we're like, okay.
It eventually works.
Exactly.
I haven't touched this thing for weeks. And so that's awesome that I was
Oh,
able
yeah.
to get on here to get me motivated to do this.
That's awesome, man.
Well, that is really, how do I want to put this?
That's why we do this.
Exactly. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
That
should
is
be
why
working
we
on
talk.
something.
That's why we're able to be, kind of like Skype, except on a different level. We're able to talk to people. We're able to motivate. That's what it is.
Mm.
That's what I was looking for. Motivate people that have been, kind of stuck in
Struggling.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm struggling. I was struggling, man. I needed
It's all
somebody to
good.
reach out.
I mean, we all struggle with this crap.
Oh,
It
yeah.
sucks.
I needed
you
somebody
don't
to
know
reach
how
out
much.
to. I was on the cliff. You guys talked me out of it.
It took me getting these drift wheels and tires to actually get the semi back together. It's been sitting over there in pieces for a month and a half or so. The lights still aren't finished yet, but it's functional.
Hey,
it drives.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You drive, it drives, man.
Oh, they're all works in progress. I don't think I have a single one that's the giveaway Bronco. It's done.
Hey, at least you got one.
I'm giving it away.
You got one accomplished, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you got it accomplished and done.
Yeah, all of them eventually get rechanged, and I mean, there's so much new stuff coming out. It's like
that's the whole thing. The new stuff is just so cool.
Well, and then stuff that's been
cool
just like those Manus links and stuff, like stuff that's been out that you're just now discovering, and like there's so much stuff even that's been out that it's like that maybe you didn't have the money to buy, so you had to wait on it.
Definitely, you're saving up for other things,
But
and you're like, okay, well, I can buy these now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
just
it's
the way it
always,
is,
do I make it
evolution.
look cool or do I go for performance?
I went
Right.
to look
And then you
cool
go
and
on that limb.
had all the pictures I wanted on Facebook and everything. I'm like, yeah, check out these pictures. But then I took it out and was like, this thing sucks, dude. So
Yeah.
Hey,
I changed it all.
sometimes that happens.
It went almost
sometimes
all
that
the way back
happens.
to stock.
Hey,
Stock.
now you know what you did. Now you know where to go from.
Well, it's just like this thing here. I mean, it looks cool as shit, but it doesn't do, like, if you were to go actual crawling, the front end's way too, where's the camera at? Front end's way too low on it. It just doesn't, it doesn't crawl very good.
I mean, that
but
thing's so cool to have problems.
yeah,
right.
but it's meant for a competition. It's meant to go up a hill, do a side hill. It needs to be
That's
able
what
to
I'm
have
saying.
enough to do a little bit of crawling, but not.
Right.
That's not one of the main things.
Goals of that.
Yeah. So after the
And that's the whole
competition,
thing.
it'll probably get new shocks in the front and stuff to where it actually lifts it back up and it makes it more of a capable crawler.
I got you.
I need to actually build a legit comp build. Like, I need to look up some, like, the class rules and stuff like that.
See, I've looked at some of that stuff, but it just looks like more money to me.
Well, I mean, I'm sure I've got enough here. Like, I'm sure I could make the Gladiator here into a comp build. You know, like, not rear
See, I've
steer.
looked at tent scale stuff, and tent scale stuff is, I don't even want to talk about that stuff.
Yeah.
That's on a whole nother level, man. I'm like, what? You guys spend how much on what? No, really?
I got a Lowe's drag truck back there that I was looking at doing stuff to, and I was like, "Nah, I'm good."
Right.
So I'm gonna leave it stock and just play with it that way. Maybe, I don't know. I might even sell it to get something else, just because I don't play with it. I'd rather play with my felony, you know.
See, some of the guys I follow, they, I've got an 8th scale. I've got an Arma Outcast.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the monster truck thing.
Big
trucky.
monster truck thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, big monster truck thing. And I'm like,
yeah,
okay, Mitch Looper, Rich Duperbash and all them guys. I'm like, okay, M2C Racing. Oh, okay, that's cool. No, never mind. That's as much as what I paid for the damn thing. No, this is crazy. You guys are nuts. $300 and some for a freaking chassis and then drive shafts and braces and shock towers and all that. I'm like, no, I'm not. I can pay for 3 SCX 24s for the price of a shock tower set and a chassis set. No way. Not happening.
It's
Easy.
true, though. That's why I don't mess with them fuckers no more. Good Lord.
Yeah,
I got my Kaiju. I love that thing because it's cheap and it's fast.
The Red Cat Kaiju?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. I was going to buy that for my wife, and she decided on the Durcon Pro instead of that.
For
So it was a little more
battery and all that, it was around $650, something like that for the whole truck battery. 6S battery was $150.
And what size is
See,
that?
I was lucky and found it on Amazon, 6L for like $70.
Fuck,
I was
don't
lucky.
tell me that.
I was lucky.
Right.
But also on A-Main, they were phasing out my Outcast. My Outcast is a V2 or V3, so they were trying to phase it out. So they marked it down to like $400. So I got a V2 Outcast for $400, and then bought a battery off of Amazon that was marked down to like $70. So I didn't really have a whole lot in it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I got really lucky.
Dude, that
I
almost
way more money.
Yeah.
Well, boys, I got to work in the morning, and it's getting kind of late.
All right. Well, good chatting with you guys. I don't know how many people are in the chat or if there's people in the chats.
Oh wow, it's showing that there's 14 again. Last time I looked, there wasn't very many. It didn't show.
Really?
Yeah, it said 14
Well, Corey, you
people
should
in
be
now.
happy. How many?
14.
That's
Looks
not
like we
bad.
got James, Jim, Jay, Osborne RC.
Oh, all right.
What's up, everybody? Sorry that we've just been over here chatting away.
But so I don't see the chats, so.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't know. Yes, I normally have one because I'm normally on my computer whenever it's doing a live, so
Mhm.
got the chats pulled up on my phone or over on the side on the computer.
It's one of the things we're still learning, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know you could do on the computer here till just doing the StreamYard thing. So I normally would have it pulled
Yep.
up on my phone whenever I'm on the computer.
There you go. See, we're still learning. I don't know. I wouldn't know anything about the StreamYard thing.
I didn't know until today, until I just went on, like Corey was like, hey, so you just want to do it? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll take over and try to figure it out. And I ran in here, and that was at like 4 or so. And I ran in here and tried it out and was like, hey, cool, I got it working. And ended up signing up for their deal to get, 10 people on, and it can do, because before it would, I think it was like an hour or so, like it would cut you off after a certain time, and for like the free deal, and it's only for like 7 days.
Oh, the free trial membership?
Yeah. And it's only for like 7 days anyway, and all that. And I was like, screw it. I'll just get the 25 for a month and try it out for a month. And if I like it, then I'll get the whole package deal and the better one. If I don't, then I'll do something else. So,
right? But, pretty much. That's
well,
what's
right
up.
on,
I
guys.
mean, if you got to work, man. I mean, you got to pay the bill somehow, right?
Oh, yeah. Like I said, I like my sleep. I like to get 6 hours or I'm grumpy.
I totally agree. I try to get 6 hours, but it doesn't always work.
Yeah, I know that too. I need that time beforehand to shut my brain down, or else it just sits there like building stuff.
Oh man, that
and then
sucks.
Goes from one, like, you go from building something to all of a sudden wondering, it's like, how do they get the balls in the ball bearing?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you just like, what
hate
the,
that, man. I hate that.
Yeah.
I suffer from ADHD.
Yep.
But I've learned to control it as an adult. But as you say, the wandering gets you. And
especially
you just
when
sit there and you're like, okay,
everything's
is this going to work?
and
Could this work? Could that work?
Yep. Well, right on,
Well,
guys.
it's awesome having you guys on here and being able to talk and being able to get somebody, motivated to get his build progress. That made me feel better.
Yeah, can't wait to see it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Keep in touch. Throw it on here. Throw it on here. Even if it's just, progress, just throw it on there. I'm pretty sure people won't beat you up too much.
I'll try to do some more of these lives and stuff and get more people, be able just to come in, do some builds, whatever, talk about whatever, and show off what they're doing.
Well, I do spend
nice.
more time doing this than I do driving it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes you got to do that. Have a good night, guys.
Yep.
Later on, Matt. Have a good one.
Later.
See ya.
You too.
Later, Brick William.
Yeah.
Later, Brick William.
See ya.
Jim, James, Osborne, everybody in the comments. Have a good night, guys.